Birthday DIY detail.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. We already have 135 people in the chat. That is amazing. Thank you all for being here. It's an incredible thing for us. DIY Detail is 3 years old as of today, and it doesn't seem like it's been 3 years yet. But at the same time, it feels like it's been a lifetime. So both ways, it works out great. And we will have some flash sales for everyone. We'll have all sorts of fun things going on.
Ivan, we have so much to tell the folks about. We want them to come in, enjoy. We're welcoming them into our home for this birthday bash celebration. Do we want to bring up any sales just yet? I know flash sales we're not quite ready for the flash sales. We want to make sure they hit with great impact. But
Right.
is there a sale to mention yet, or are we going to hold off on that as folks stream in?
We're going to hold off on the sales because we're going to allow people time to come in. In the meantime, we're here to answer your questions. And we have our good friend, Sam. You've known him as our customer service rep for 2 years now. Sam is doing a great job, and he's the one controlling the chat. Look, Nick and I are hands off.
Hands off.
Yeah, so
we do have new product announcements to talk about.
Yeah, we
and
have
we
new
have flash
product.
sales. I want you guys to stick around because
Right.
this is going to be an event worth waiting for. As we prepped for this today, Ivan, I was like, wait, I knew all the things we were doing, but then when we listed it all, I was like, we're really having a bash today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It is our birthday. It's time to have fun. No cake involved, but we'll have things to clean up the cake crumbs later. That being said, we have lots of people in the chat. And Sam, if you want to start putting up questions, please do. We're here to answer your questions. We're going to start off by saying thank you to everyone. And we're not going to be, saying hello and all that to everyone. Sam is doing the control in the background because there's already 289 of you, according to what I can see. So,
Ivan, can I just ask you a question? Are you surprised that 3 years in we are where we are as a company?
Yeah, we have grown much faster than we ever anticipated, than anyone could have anticipated, and that's thanks to all of you. We can't do this alone. We have a great staff with us. We have John, that he's on the screen there, and if you have any questions about C6 Ceramics, John is always available, and we'll bring him in later in the show. But we have Sam, we have Mika, we have William, we have all these people in the background. We have a ton of people in the warehouse. 4 more were added this week to help pick our orders, to speed things up. I know we sometimes have a bit of a lag there, and our purchasing department is working overtime to get stuff in and to make sure that we have enough inventory. So
I think we're ready for some questions, Ivan. I think partially how we've grown is that we've served folks. We've answered detailing questions. So let's go ahead and start.
How fast is shipping? Well, it depends how big the sale is, honestly. So shipping is, you're ordering today. It'll start shipping on Monday. Of course, the warehouse is closed as of now. But as fast as we can catch up, the faster it will be. But just be known that it may not ship till like Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's a birthday celebration, folks. It's Sylvie's birthday today.
Yeah,
it's DIY's birthday today. My birthday is on Father's Day or Monday. I mean, it's just a celebratory weekend. I'm very excited. 340 people are in the chat. What's the next question?
So best way to remove the streaks, Jack, is very simply take a nice microfiber towel of your choice, preferably one from DIY or the House of Rags, and spray on a bit of quick beads to the towel and immediately wipe it on the surface where you have the streaks. Like dissolves like.
All right, Alan Grilly says, I have a brand new car. I assume there's a basic clear coat. Can I just maintain it with ceramic gloss? Is that sufficient?
Sufficient, yes. But a ceramic coating will give you a lot better protection. And at the same time, ceramic coating is so easy to apply. We have probably at least 100 videos right now on our channel of how to apply ceramic coating. And I'm sure other people will, in the chat, add in, it is as easy or easier than you think. So don't worry about applying a ceramic coating. It's not difficult. But yes, ceramic gloss is by all means more than sufficient.
Flash sale announcements coming very soon. We're just going to answer some questions here. This is what got us here. We're going to answer the people's questions, Ivan.
Yep.
The question's about the pad washer. Everyone wants to know about the update. What we debuted one at SEMA in November. It's not out yet. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a bit of a legal kerfuffle, and we're taking care of that, so don't worry about it. But as soon as possible, yes, it will be released, and we can't give you a date.
Next question from Sean Smith. Do I need to use the trim restore kit if I'm going to be applying the 5-year ceramic coating?
If it's a new car, no. If your trim needs restoration, yes.
All right, next question here. As we promise, product announcements and sales. Mike W., what do I clean old bird droppings with on red wrap? Rinseless and decon with iron didn't work.
So those old bird droppings might be etched into that wrap. And if it's etched into the wrap, that means you have to replace the wrap. And if you do have it replaced, put a ceramic coating on it. That way the bird droppings won't etch in the future. But if you've tried rinseless and a decon and iron didn't work, then they're probably etched. They're not just sitting on top.
I have a show and tell. Ivan has a show and tell. I'm excited for it. But the next question is Raul Hidalgo, water spot remover. Can it be used while vehicle is still wet?
Yes, that's our preferred method of using it.
Martin Rodriguez says, how long does DIY ceramic coating last? Unopened and open. So he may be talking about durability on the paint or how long you can use
in the bottle.
In the bottle.
So 1 year unopened, 3 months opened. And do not put it in the refrigerator. Room temperature only for storage.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Ivan. Next question from Musashi. How effective is water spot remover if I use it as a spray and rinse, similar to quick beads? So no agitation, Ivan.
No agitation. You're losing about 50 to 60% of its efficiency.
Really?
Yeah. Because that agitation, that little bit of extra work, it'll take you 2 minutes to go around the car. It's worth that 2 minutes.
And we teach rinseless, wash, damp, and towel to agitate in the water spot remover.
Right. Or a soap, or a what do you call it? Not ceramic.
Incredible suds.
Incredible. I was going to say ceramic suds. That doesn't exist. Don't worry.
Ivan's been partying.
No, it's not a new product
coming,
so don't stress out about that. But yeah, either incredible suds or rinseless wash, damp, and towel, just to agitate it a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to hear these product announcements, folks. Keep staying in touch with us here. Stay tuned. Charlie C., how do you take care of a bed cover on a truck?
Well, first of all, you need to wash it. And Incredible Suds Rinseless Wash does a great job. Then from there, to protect it, dry it and use the interior ceramic coating. So DIY Detail interior ceramic coating is the best way of protecting a soft vinyl cover. If you have a hard cover, then put ceramic coating on it.
Like a tonneau cover?
Yeah.
Interior ceramic.
Yeah, interior ceramic on a vinyl tonneau cover.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie C. Thank you, Ivan. We are just short of 400. Someone wants a giveaway, Ivan. Hold on. We're gonna be just stand by. Here's the question. Nate Mercy. Happy 3rd birthday. What methods, techniques, and products do you recommend for polishing raw aluminum wheels? Have never found an efficient way that gives satisfactory results.
So for polishing, I will say Flitz. Flitz is a great product. You can pick it up at many different places. They have a complete kit that has the ball that goes on a drill and all sorts of stuff. It's worth it. Flitz does a great job. And then to protect, DIY Detail metal ceramic. It is meant for raw metals, like your polished aluminum wheels, and it will keep them cleaner longer.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Nate Marcy. Thank you again for your response, Mr. LaCroix. As we wait for the next question here on screen, I do want to promise you very soon, flash sales, product announcements. Stay tuned, folks. Charlie C. says, well, Jesse Williams says water spots. Dreaded water spots. Is the water spot remover that easy?
So the water spot remover removes the minerals that cause the water spots. If they're fresh water spots, they've been there for a week, yes, it will remove everything. If they've had time to etch into the paint, no, you will need to polish a little bit afterwards, depending on how deep they are. So water spots, yes, water spot remover is that good, but at the same time, the water spot itself may have been there too long.
Thanks, Jesse Williams. Yeah, we call that the mineral cleanse to wrap up this question as we transition to the next one. Arsant Angel Fire says, I frequently work on 35 to 45 foot RVs. What's the best way to one step and wax them?
So if you want to one step and protect, we won't say a wax in this case, it'll be ceramic gloss. You polish the section that you're working on, wipe it off with a rinseless damp and towel, and then use ceramic gloss as a drying aid. That'll give you a much longer protection than any wax will do. It'll give you that one step that you're looking for. And it's a very quick, easy process. And once you're done a section, you're done a section. You can move on to the next section because you'll probably be working in either a ladder or scaffolding. So you'll need that, that additional lift.
Yeah, your genius, Ivan, is in your efficiency, especially on big jobs like this where it would just save someone literally hours. So, Arson T, Angel Fire, thank you for that question. Hopefully, that was a satisfactory response. As we celebrate our third birthday, it is hard to believe, Ivan, how far we've come. We want to say thank you to everybody. We promise you, flash sales are coming, and when they start to come, they will come fast and furious.
Yeah.
And I hope it's a great weekend for everyone. Ivan, what's been the most pleasant surprise about this experience for you over the last 3 years?
The community, 100%. How we've grown so much on social media, and that is because of all of you out there, the people that have embraced us, and they let us into their homes every week to watch these videos, sometimes 4 times a week, which is great. Thank you. But we put out 4 videos a week. It's a lot of work, but at the same time, it's worth it for us. It's that communication, and a lot of the videos are because of questions that you ask us. So if you have questions, we have a great Facebook group that you can put up on screen at some point or put in the chat. Please, Sam. That Facebook group is there to help everyone and to make it so that you can ask a question without the fear of, well, that's a stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid question. We want your questions. And if it's a question that's been answered before, heck, we'll answer it again. And we're happy to do so.
Sam, if you are a little busy and can't put the Facebook group in the chat, I can do that. But I know we need questions on the screen here as well. We're just doing it all. We're celebrating the birthday bash. Ivan, all right, we have the next question here from Evan King. How do I turn the sun off in South Florida so I can detail outside?
Learn to work nights. That's about it. No, actually, some of my favorite weather is like Miami in late July. It's just beautiful. It's in the high 90s. It's humid. It's great. But I like heat, so I'm a little weird. But in that case, work early in the morning and work section by section. Learn to use rinseless and learn to work in smaller sections, and you'll overcome it.
Okay, I just posted the DIY Detail Facebook group. If folks are not a member of that group yet, y'all need to get in that group.
Yeah.
It is a very friendly place where no questions are dumb questions. So we've got that in the chat. Jeff asks, what's the difference between a quick detailer and a sealant? It seems most of them on the market, especially the ceramic infused ones, do the same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah, so a quick detailer, our waterless wash. And hint, that's going to be one of our sales later on. But anyways, our waterless wash.
That's a sale that I'm excited about, but it is not the one I'm most excited about. So just stay tuned for these sales, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the waterless wash can act as a waterless wash. It can act as a quick detailer. And a quick detailer is basically, think of it as you're done the detail and, oh, I missed a spot. That's great. Or you had a bird that decided to use your beautiful, freshly cleaned car as a bathroom. In that case, that's what a quick detailer is for. A ceramic sealant is there to give you more protection. Now, over time, those two have sort of melded together because of technology that we're capable of doing both at the same time. But if you're needing to clean, the waterless wash is a better solution than any ceramic sealant because it has the capacity to emulsify and break down the dirt.
I like waterless wash to do a quick clean on wheels.
Yeah.
Because I just think it cleans better and it leaves a nice shine when I'm just trying to do a really quick wheel cleaning. All right, I think we're ready for the next question, of which I know there are many that we haven't answered. John Little says, I bought a new to me used car 6 months ago. What's the best way to prepare that for a ceramic coating?
Wash, decontaminate, light polish. You don't need to get rid of all the defects. Getting rid of the defects means you're getting rid of the clear coat down to those defects. So light polish and then panel prep or C6 app and apply your coating. It's not a long, hard process. We have a lot of videos, and just follow the videos. Find one that you like, because we show different methods. Find one that resonates with you and with the products you have on hand, and go for it.
Yeah, we have a lot of videos showing the very easy way to polish with a dual action sander and the yellow waffle pad. If this is your first time polishing, John, that is something that I would highly recommend. But our cord-free polishers, they're excellent as well. Folks may wonder when the next batch of cord-free polishers are coming in, Ivan. You got an update for them?
They're floating on an ocean somewhere at this point.
We have our corded polishers in.
Yeah, they're in stock. So yeah,
they're excellent. Oscar says, what is the best way to clean a pad while polishing if I do not have a pad washer?
Go to our, we have a Detailing 101 on pad washing, and we have a little playlist of Detailing 101. You can look there, but they're very simple. Just a bowl and a bucket is all you need. You dunk it in the bowl, just have enough water in the bowl just for the pad, massage it a little bit, spin it out in your bucket.
We promise you guys we're not playing with your attention span. We're not trying to hold you hostage and then not deliver the sales. The flash sales are coming at a specific time. They're coming very soon. We promise they're going to be awesome, so stay tuned while we answer a few more questions. So thank you, Oscar. Mary says, can I use C6 Hydro Light on plastic trim?
Definitely, Mary, especially if it's on your wife's new car.
Excellent. What's the new car? So is it a Mazda? Do you remember?
I forget.
All right, Mary, you can chime in the comments. Patrick Adams says, can we get a mini tire shine brush for very slim tires?
We are working on it. It's in R&D at the moment, Patrick. But speaking of brushes, Nick, let's give them a teaser.
Should we do a new product announcement?
Yeah, let's do a new product announcement.
Hold on. Do I have a banner for this, Ivan? Give me a second.
I don't think so.
Give him tease it, but don't show it yet so I can wait. Okay. Let's answer Super Grova's question. Would you recommend your circular motion ceramic coating application for all ceramic coatings, as in non-C6?
Yes, every ceramic coating can benefit from a circular motion application, and it's more you that benefits than the coating itself. But you'll use less coating, it'll be a smoother application, and less starting and stopping, meaning less chance of high spots.
All right, I've got the banner ready for you, Ivan. Are you? Should we do like a drum roll?
No, I think we'll just show it.
Okay.
So we've been asked for a long time for a sponge on a stick. And I went down a very deep rabbit hole of doing the sponge on a stick, but we all know the sponge has to be on the verge of dripping. The verge of dripping was the hard part of the sponge on a stick. So I did a 180 about a year ago and started developing something else. And that's this. Now, the people that have tried this, because there's a number of people out there that have tried this, their first question is this safe on paint? The answer is yes.
Are we naming it? Are we naming it yet, Ivan?
Oh, it has its name already, and that is because of all the questions everybody asks. So, is it safe? And my answer was always yes. It's perfectly safe on paint. So, welcome, the perfectly safe wash brush.
Oh, is it wash brush? Do I need to edit that? Is it the PSB or the perfectly safe wash brush?
Perfectly safe brush.
All right. Okay. I thought it was the PSB. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get a little closer to the camera here. So you'll notice how deep the flagging is. And our flagging is throughout. So no matter where you look in here, that flagging is the same depth. Some cheaper brushes, the flagging isn't exactly equal. The other thing is we made it 8 inches wide. And the reason for the 8 inches wide, it fits nicely into a bucket. Yes, you can go to the local truck stop and buy a truck brush. And
hold on, Ivan. You deserve the main screen here. All right.
So you can go and buy a truck brush. They're okay. But we worked with our brush manufacturer in Taiwan to come up with the softest bristle we could. And that is what we've achieved here. Now, this bristle holds a lot of liquid and transports a lot of liquid. But as soon as you put it in the bucket, just like the sponge, it releases all the dirt. And this brush has washed maybe 300 cars by now. And this is our last prototype before going to production. And it's washed a lot of vehicles. And look how uniform the surface still is. It's beautiful. And we've worked on something else too. We needed something to hold it. Now, the brush is a standard paint roller or broom handle thread. So you can use whatever handle you have. But
I promise you, if you have a broom in your house, if it unscrews, it'll screw, that handle will screw into this, right? But we knew people were going to want a plug and play solution.
Right. So the plug and play solution is this. We have a nice handle, nice and short, so easy to carry around. If you're a mobile detailer, doesn't take up a lot of space, or in your garage, you don't have a big space, that's great. Now, you want to do the lower part of the car. Well, let's just open it up a little bit. And now you can reach those rocker panels without bending over. But you've got a car with a larger roof. Well, let's open up another section. Or you've got a really tall vehicle like my bus. Well, let's open up another section. So the handle goes from 18 to 48 inches, which is more than sufficient to get across a vehicle. So even if you're height challenged, you can do it. And it just collapses back in. It's a nice aluminum tubing, so very solid and very easy to maneuver, work around with.
Sam's answering questions about what is the brush made out of. I know flag tip nylon is the term. What is what is a flag tip versus not? Can you talk about how those bristles are made and why they're safe on paint?
So if it were not flagged, this bristle would be all the way up the same. But you see how it goes white about 3/4 of an inch from the end. That is the flagging. And the way to explain flag tip is a regular bristle is like this. A flag tip bristle is like this. So you've got all these tiny little fingers that are soft and pliable. They're not hard, and they hold on to that dirt. They release it in the bucket, but also they gently take it off the surface. You're not going to scratch paint with this. I don't know if Bruce from Bruce's Garage is in the chat. If he is, he experienced this brush firsthand on a very scary thing. A car that he picked up from the dealership, about an hour before Sylvie and I showed up. And the first thing we did was take a brush to it. So,
and that was his money. That was his baby. And he put it through the testing with you.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
He was very scared, but once he saw the results, he was fine.
Ivan LaCroix, the perfectly safe brush. We have many videos coming on this. It's not quite ready for release, but this is the product announcement. We expect it, I believe, July?
Yeah, we're expecting July, and we are actually expecting May. But something happened that we were not expecting. We ask our distributors, before we put out a product, we give distributors a chance to have them in stock. That way, when we release it, everyone gets to get it at the same time, no matter where they're buying it from. We put it out to our distributors. We thought we had sufficient inventory, and they proved us really, really wrong. They ordered 3 times more than we had in stock as a precursor before anyone has ever seen this, before anyone has ever sold it. So I think we ordered several thousand of them now, and hopefully we'll have enough to carry the stock until the next order comes in. But they are coming from Taiwan, so there's a bit of time shift there to get them in. But a nice, perfectly safe brush.
Ivan, we're a few minutes away from these flash sales. I just want to share a story. I know you don't love this story, but I think as we get past 600 people watching us live, I just want to reflect on how far we've come. 3 years ago, we started the company. We had the Facebook page, and I posted, and I said, who wants a free bottle of ceramic gloss and rinseless wash? Ivan LaCroix and I just started this company. I got like 2 people responding to me. Most people would not give us the time of day. They're like, it's another company, blah, blah, blah. They didn't even want to pay attention to us. And now distributors are trusting you and your R&D so much that when you say, I'm coming out with this brush, they're like, I believe Ivan has done the due diligence and this thing is going to be very popular. And it's just wild. And just thank you to all of you for trusting us.
Definitely. And we have some of our distributors in the chat. I can see JF Detailing Supply from Puerto Rico. Actually, our first distributor was JF. So thank you very much, JF. We have Ivan K from Austria, and Ivan K is extending a sale throughout the whole thing here. And we can actually talk about his sale now. It's 15% off. Ivan, if you want to put the links, because there's a coupon code involved. So that coupon code, put it in the chat so people can see that, because you had a couple different coupon codes. So, just keep putting them in the chat. And also our friends at TOC Supplies. So those of you that are Canadians, like I am, you can go to TOC Supplies and get a 15% discount during this live.
Oh, so we're running the flash sales for our distributors now. What they're doing all weekend.
Yeah.
Because I want to just show a video that TOC Supplies put out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do that? All right.
Yeah.
Everyone, Josh here from TOC Supplies, and today we're going to be highlighting a specific brand, and that is going to be DIY Detail in celebration of their 3-year anniversary as a company, which is exciting stuff. What's even more exciting is that TOC Supplies here, we are offering 15% off online and here at the showroom, of course, to celebrate the brand. So take advantage of the sale, and don't forget to also tune in on a bonus on the DIY Detail YouTube channel at 4 p.m. EST for their live stream. Celebrate with us and with them by taking advantage of the sale, watching the stream, and of course the sale is going to start from today all the way till Sunday midnight while supplies last, of course. So we will be seeing you very soon.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, TOC Supplies. Ivan, it is so wild to think that we are available all over the world, from Canada to Australia, Puerto Rico, South America. I mean, it's like
Europe, everywhere,
everywhere. And so we're celebrating 3 years. And did we mention all of our international distributors and the specials they're offering? Okay, Austria, DIYdetailing.eu, Austria, 15% off store-wide. There's a couple discount codes because he's also doing ceramic coating discounts as well. So there's 2 different discount codes for DIYdetailing.eu. Ivan will put that, IVAN, we'll put that in the chat.
Yeah, so when you see Ivan K in the chat, that's him. Now, Another thing that we need to discuss as far as, our distributors and stuff, we have distributors all over the world. And with sales like this, that impromptu sales that we have, they're not always able to participate, but they're there for you. They're there for you year round, and talk to them. They might be able to do something for you.
Ivan, we are so close to these flash sales.
Yeah.
And when they come, we have somebody to tell you about. We've already dropped the perfectly safe brush.
Right.
We have a couple other things we want to show.
Yeah.
And we have some sales coming up. Do we have a couple questions as we do the drum roll up to the big flash sale announcement?
Yeah, let's throw some questions. And JF Detailing Supply is putting up a 15% offer for our products with code DIY3Y. Very good. Thanks.
And Ivan, where can they find JF Detailing Supply?
In Puerto Rico.
Absolutely. So you have the code there in the chat. All right, Mitka, wonderful member of our team here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the discount codes for the EU.
Yeah. Excellent.
Rachel M4965 says, what's the cure time for interior ceramic?
1 hour, or when it's dry to the touch. But basically 1 hour later, you're very safe to drive the vehicle.
Do you layer it? Can you layer it?
Not a good... You can. It's just a waste of time and product.
Sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Yu says, will you guys be restocking inventory on Amazon?
Yes, we're working on that.
All right. Garrett Thomas says, where do you get the cool clear wash buckets you use in all your videos all the time?
Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant supply
and
store.
Or a local restaurant supply. Yeah.
Do you know how much I paid for a bucket at Walmart the other day, Ivan? $3.
Yeah.
So that's probably a better deal. But if you want the clear bucket, I'm sure they're going to charge you a lot on Amazon.
And the clear buckets are not very chemically resistant, just to let you know.
I think it's fun to have the nice buckets and the labels. Stephen Offer says, does doing a 5-year and a 3-year ceramic give longer life or shorter expected?
Longer life. And, a coating actually can last much longer than the number on the bottle if you maintain it well.
I love our stack, Ivan. Do you want to talk about the 5-3 stack or the 8-3 stack?
Well, the 5-3 stack is for gloss. The 8-3 stack is sort of a nice glow, almost a wax-like look. Now, we have show-winning wax if you want to do that on top, but both have great hydrophobics. They're easy to clean. They're fun to do. That 3-year, when you put it on top of the 5 or the 8-year, is just an amazing experience. If you're used to installing coatings, you'll want to do it just for the fun of that feeling that you get.
I'm hijacking the chat, Sam. I'm sorry. Mike Barrett asked a question. I think it might be time, Ivan.
Go for it.
When you getting drying blanket? That's what Mike wants to know. Should we show him something?
Yeah, show it to them.
Okay, hold on. What do you think we got here? Wait, hold on. I should go big screen. I should go big screen, right? Wait, where'd Ivan go? You there? All right.
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right, here we go. The DIY Detail Drying Blanket. Back in stock. Ivan, we have a very limited run of these. We have many more coming, but for now, if you have been waiting for the drying blanket, we have this fantastic packaging. And how many of these do we have in stock? Do we have a...
We have a very limited number right now. We had some air freighted in just to confirm the packaging and all that. And while we're at it, we're going to sell them to you. Now,
should I take it out? Should we do a little...
Yeah, take it out of the bag. But... Oh,
drying blanket. Okay, all right, keep going.
No, Nick. Anyways, they will be on the website in about 2 minutes. And Nick...
Should we talk about our flash sales? Because as soon as it
talk
hits
about the flash
30...
sales. Get them out there, and those are going to go live in about 2 minutes.
All right. We got the drying blanket back in stock. There's very limited supply, so if you've been waiting on one, amazing packaging. I cannot wait to use this on my vehicle. Oh my goodness. I want to wear it, but I don't think that I should.
Yeah.
Ivan, I just want to take... Okay.
Flash sales.
DIYdetail.com right now. The flash sales are about to hit. Drying blankets now available. Okay, all weekend long. 15% off all clean. Yep. And 25% off of our 3, 5, and 8-year ceramic coatings. That's all weekend long. That's cool and all. But what about a flash sale that's only going to go for the next hour?
Yeah.
25% off C6 Mist, Ivan.
And that too, we have a limited supply. But 1 year ago we introduced C6 Mist, and we're gonna have John from C6 on the chat in a few minutes. But C6 Mist is just a great product. If you haven't tried it, but the sale starts in a minute or so. So don't flood the website right now. We still have about a minute, and there's one more flash sale.
I see 2:30. I think you could hit the website now for 25% off C6 Mist for the next hour.
Yeah.
But I think I'm most excited about this next one. Maybe you're a gallon guy or gal. We never do 30% off, do we? I mean, rarely.
Rarely.
I mean, we don't even do that for Black Friday. We might do it for Black Friday. When you see 30% off gallons, this is all of our gallons on our website. I'm thinking like, I just lost Ivan. I'm thinking iron remover. I'm thinking tire lotion. I'm thinking ceramic gloss. Like the ones that, you know, these are not always the cheapest chemicals to buy. I don't know where Ivan is. Ivan, I'm gonna try to carry this without you, sir. We've got 30% off of all of our gallons across the site store-wide for the next hour. So this is going to go, right now it's 4:30 Eastern. This flash sale lasts until 5:30 Eastern. I'm going to pull Ivan back into the chat. We have 25% off C6 Mist. We have 30% off all gallons across the site. We have our drying blanket back in stock with this gorgeous packaging, but not many. I mean, we're not just saying that like I'm trying to sound like some salesperson. We just don't have many drying blankets in stock. We will have a lot more soon, but they're coming from across the ocean. It's going to take a while. And I believe we have one more. Oh, wait, 30? Have we ever done 35% off anything, Ivan?
No. So 35% off the 16 ounce of waterless wash.
Why put waterless wash on sale for 35%, Ivan LaCroix?
It's a product that people don't use enough of. And once you have a chance to try it, you'll adopt. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving people a chance to give it a try.
There's a question that came in. I know I'm hijacking it, Sam. I apologize. Jeff says, is the gallon of All Clean 15% off plus 30% off? No. What's going on here is if you miss this flash sale, because you're only here for an hour, we promised a special deal, right? 30% off gallons for the next hour. If you miss the flash sale, the weekend long sale is 15% off All Clean. And what's the other part of it? Yes. Okay, so all weekend long, we have 25% off our line of coatings.
Correct, yeah. So our 3, 5, and 8 year coatings are on sale 25% off all weekend long. And that is a great deal. We mentioned the stack. You know, you can get a 3-5 or an 8 and a 5 together. Or 8 and 3, sorry. 8-5 is not a stack. Don't worry. Don't do that, please. But,
will the stack kit be on sale for 25% off?
No.
Okay, so you have, okay, all right.
But it's still less expensive doing it with the 25% off than the kit. The kit is 20% off. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that for folks because they're going to ask these questions. So for the next hour, gallons are 30% off, but you can't stack the 15% off of All Clean with the 30% off on the All Clean gallon, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, and I just saw someone's name pass by in the chat. Just want to say thank you, Amy, who was part of our team before. She quit due to health reasons and other things. She's actually very close to releasing a book. So that book, we'll talk about it later. But, or Amy, if you want to put a link to the potential where they'll be able to find the book, that's great. But nice to see you. Amy was a big part of building our company, and we'd just like to thank her.
Yeah, shout out to Amy. Good to see Amy. There's someone, Frank Kruger, these comments are coming quick. He says, is there a code for the sale? Doesn't seem to be applying.
Our website, our IT team, they're listening. There shouldn't be a code, but it should apply at checkout.
So for the next hour until 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Central until 3:30 Mountain, you get 30% off all gallons, 25% off C6 Mist, and 35% off a bottle of waterless wash.
Right. And don't forget 25% off all coatings. So
and that's all weekend long. These are a lot of different things happening, but they're all great.
Yeah, they're all great. So, go on the website. You'll see it there. The IT team is working on it, and they'll let us know if there's a catastrophic breakdown. And there's 650 of you watching us. That is amazing. I'd like to thank every single one of you. If I could shout out everyone, I would, but that'd be a long list. We'd be over by then.
Tanner, great supporter of DIY.
Yep.
Asking, did I miss the new product announcements? There's one we haven't done yet. I think we should probably hold off just to keep this live going, but I don't know. What do you think, Ivan? You want to just give them what they're waiting for?
Well, the one we've announced is this, the Perfectly Safe Brush. That's basically, the name describes exactly what it is. It's a perfectly safe brush to wash your vehicle with rinseless or incredible suds. we have the drying blanket back in stock, but in very limited quantities. So first come, first serve on that one.
And we have new packaging for it, and it's so amazingly soft that I can't wait to use it on my vehicle.
Yeah, and shout out to the House of Rags. The reason we have this really nice packaging is because of them, because we're now powered by the House of Rags. So yeah, there it is on the screen. Yep. So our towels, as they start coming in, we have combined forces with the House of Rags. They have a great buying power, and they have helped us with that. And also the towel quality has increased just a little bit. The stitching's a little better. The the weave is a little better. We've changed manufacturers for this towel, and it's just a notch above what we had before. But
we're asking the chat, is All Clean 30% off applying in your cart? If not, if our IT team could make sure, I don't know if there's sometimes Shopify might get confused with the 15% off All Clean, which is our weekend sale, versus the 30% off All Clean gallons. Because right now, for the next, I would say, 40, I can't do math, whatever 60 minus 6 is, 54 minutes, 30% off all gallons site-wide.
Right. That is a big deal. Now, let's do the next product introduction. This is not coming yet. This is still at least a month away. So don't go on the website looking for it. Same thing with the brush. Don't go on the website looking for it.
We're getting a lot of people saying C6 isn't showing up either. All Clean is showing 15% off. I want to encourage folks, go through to checkout, and it should apply at checkout. We're getting Quick Beads isn't applying the 30%. So if our IT team could double check on this, that our flash sales are working, please.
Right. And don't forget, in Europe, we have DIYdetailing.eu that has a sale. The codes are in the the chat. We have TOC Supplies that's putting 15% off all DIY detail products until Sunday midnight, and JF Detailing Supplies in Puerto Rico, he's there as well with a 15% off sale. So thank you to all our distributors. Now,
and I'm in our Slack chat. Mist has been fixed, and so we're very actively working on this. So for the flash sales, go ahead and hit checkout, refresh a few times. Is what I'm seeing in the chat.
Yeah.
But Mark Offerman says interior ceramic coating not showing a discount. That's actually not part of the sale, is it, Ivan?
No, we don't sell it in gallons, and it's not only the 3, 5, and 8 year ceramic coating are on sale.
Carl Salnoski says drying towel. No, there's no discount on this drying towel. We have very limited inventory. This is just back in stock. So I apologize, Sam, for
And we paid a lot of money to air freight them in, so we can't afford to put them on sale. We're actually paying you to buy them right now. But nonetheless, that being said, we have another product announcement. Like I said, the brush, Perfectly Safe brush, isn't available yet. It's on its way. But we have another product that you've seen, you've liked, you've enjoyed for many years now. You buy a lot of these. That is the...
Ivan, let me get out of the big screen. You deserve the big screen for this one, because again,
this is the perforated synthetic decontamination towel. You've seen us use this before, but we've made one big small change to it. Now, first of all, we've changed the polymer surface. It's a little finer than it was before, even less chance of marring. But we've added, or actually we've taken away one little thing. And Nick, we have the Quadfold perforated synthetic decontamination towel.
Look at the way that just folds over itself.
It folds beautifully. This is very unique to us. No one else will have this unless it's a Chinese copy. But this is definitely our towel. This is no one else's. And what this does is, first of all, I've seen too many videos of people using the towel flat on the surface with their hand on the back. Like that.
It happens more often than you'd realize, Ivan.
Right. And we tell people in the videos, fold the towel in 4. We've made it easier for you to fold it in 4. And when you look at it, you're going to want to fold it in 4. And without that synthetic material on there, it folds so much easier. So your towels are going to last longer because of that, because you're not going to degrade this corner. And it's just easier to fold. You get that nice thickness that you're used to, that absorbency. You get the perforated synthetic surface that works wonders on paint and works with our iron remover, with our quick beads, with our ceramic gloss, with our rinseless wash, and our incredible suds.
So treat this almost like a SEMA launch, guys, when people announce products, but they're not quite available just yet. Our Perfectly Safe brush is set for a July debut. Our new Quadfold decon towel, Ivan.
Yep.
What's the date on that?
July-ish as well.
July-ish. So it's not available now, in case you're asking. The big news today is we have new products. We have drying blankets back in stock. And for the next 50 minutes until 5:30 Eastern, we have 30% off gallons, 35% off a 16-ounce bottle of DIY Detail waterless wash, and we have 25% off C6 Mist, which is a fantastic drying aid. So this is our flash sale, 30 to 35% off. Those numbers don't come around very often. No. I try to push for the big sales, and Ivan's always like,
let's answer those questions. Yeah.
But anyway, let's
answer the questions.
All right. We're ready for some questions, Sam. I'm going to even out the chat. And don't forget, we have a special guest coming on in a few minutes as well.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready for some questions. DIYdetailing.eu has a sale. All right, Alban says, will ceramic coating stop a failing clear coat on the roof of my car from getting worse?
Unfortunately not. It's going to slow it down. It's not going to stop.
Can you show him the Perfectly Safe brush again? We got Bill asking for it. All right, he's a big fan from Canada. Ricardo Reyes says, can I use a 6-inch yellow waffle pad on a motorcycle? Do I need to go with a smaller pad?
I actually prefer a 6-inch pad on a rotary to do a motorcycle. You can get into places with that you can't with a 3-inch pad in a machine.
You love the 6-inch on a rotary, Ivan.
Yeah.
I enjoy it as well. Hey, 30% off gallons until 5:30 Eastern. 30% off gallons site-wide on DIYdetail.com. Flash sale, special. All right. Cale Higginson says, after a contact wash and final rinse, is it safe to spray rinseless wash before using a towel?
Definitely. Yeah. And if you've done the contact wash with your rinseless wash, you don't need to rinse it off afterwards. Just go straight to drying.
There you go. Thanks, Cale. Appreciate you asking questions. Barry L says, should I use All Clean first on my belt moldings before applying plastic trim restore to remove the old nasty stuff?
Definitely. And if that doesn't perfectly clean them, polish them with some gold standard polish.
Okay. I love it. Barry, thank you. Martin Rodriguez says, what precautions can I take when applying ceramic coatings? Outside, under a canopy. I do have canopy size. Should I attach those?
No need. Our coatings are very sun-friendly. You can work outside with them. Just work in a smaller section until you get the gist of how quickly it's flashing, and then carry on.
And what's great about C6 Mist is it's specifically meant for a ceramic-coated vehicle. So a week after you coat, you can wash your vehicle, spray some C6 Mist on as a drying lubricant, Ivan?
Yep.
All right, it's on sale for the next 50 minutes, so I'm just saying, flash sale, C6 Mist, DIYdetail.com. Daryl Quinn says, thoughts on graphene tire dressing? A well-known U.S. company founded in Texas makes it. Is this a gimmick?
Not a gimmick. Graphene has its uses. Tire dressing, I'm not sure that it is necessary, but nonetheless, there's nothing wrong with it in your tires.
All right, big win to the DIY team. Frank Kruger wrote that in, that we got our issues sorted out. So if you're wondering about the 30% off gallons site-wide, it should be all working at checkout. We have C6 Mist on 25% off, and then we have our waterless wash at 35% off for the next 45. How much longer, Ivan? 45 minutes or so?
Around 45 minutes, yeah.
M. Cuffle says, will gallons of rinseless wash version 2, ceramic gloss, and tire dressing go bad over time?
If stored at a room temperature, you're good for 2 or 3 years. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as they don't freeze or get really too hot, you're fine.
They don't love the frequent freeze thaw cycles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, thanks for that question, M. Cuffle. Robert Clark says, should I get a second red rotary drilling pad to apply app, or is the same one that I use gold standard with fine?
The same one that you used is fine, but you have to make sure it's dry. So if you haven't had time to dry it out, and do not use compressed air to dry it out, please, then yes, having a second pad would be a good thing. And keep it on hand for the app and the wax.
I'm told that we have 45 drying blankets left in stock. I'm just looking at our Slack chat, Ivan. So we have 45 of these left. We told you it was limited supply. These are probably going to sell out during the live. If you've been waiting on a drying blanket, this sexy new packaging, upgraded towel, I would jump on that. All right, Robert Clark, thank you for that question. Jurban says, what is Triphene? I've heard it becoming the new thing. Is it a new technology or marketing?
That's marketing. The Triphene, if you look it up, it doesn't exist. It's just a name.
Thank you, Jurban. Thank you, Ivan. And we're ready for the next question as we have flash sales going on for the next 45 minutes on DIYdetail.com. Ty/Bo says, I drive through wine country on my commute to work. Hit around 1 million bugs. What would you recommend to clean it off? Bugs when I arrive at work. No access to hose or water.
Waterless wash. And it happens to be on sale right now. 35% off for a 16 ounce.
35% off waterless wash. Get out of here. 45 minutes left for that savings.
Yeah.
For this flash sale. To celebrate our 3rd birthday, Father's Day, birthday, whatever. We're going crazy with it. Joseph Stakowski says, does C6 Mist leave protection behind it all?
A very, very little bit. If you want a drying aid that doesn't leave protection, use our rinseless wash. But C6 Mist will leave gloss enhancers. That's basically what it leaves behind. Don't expect it to leave protection. Don't expect it to replace ceramic gloss or coating. If you're looking for protection, it's not the product for you.
I love ceramic gloss, Ivan, but I also love mist. So I kind of use them interchangeably because I got my cars are coated. So, I just want something that smells nice. Because of lubrication when I dry. The protection is always an added bonus. Jamon says, should I wash my towels and rags after every single wash in 1 day of mobile detailing?
Give them, in the studio, we'll dry 5, 6, 10 cars before washing the towels. Not a big deal. Just make sure that you're storing them properly so they don't get dust on them, etc.
You like to put your towels that have had ceramic gloss on them like in the wash bucket, right? Let them soak?
Correct, yeah.
Before laundering? Or you could just go right to laundering if you have that convenience. Yeah.
And speaking of laundering, shout out to our friends at the House of Rags. I was never a believer in the the specific washing products for microfiber towels till I tried their Renaissance. Detail Co Renaissance is the first one that's changed my mind on that.
I have yet to use it. I have some in transit, Ivan, and I cannot wait. So we get a new question here. Thank you, Jamon. Samuel Fagura says, will you make a long-handled version of the green brush?
We used to have a long-handled version. There might be a few on our website. It was such a small seller that we took it off. But, hey, never know. It might come back. We had an 18-inch handle on the website for a while, and I don't think too many people bought them.
I hijacked the chat for this one. Do you recommend the drying blanket, which I have here, very limited stock on DIYdetail.com right now, for ceramic gloss? Dennis is afraid of clogging the towel, Ivan.
Yeah, you can. Basically, if you use the ceramic gloss sparingly, the way it should be used, you're fine. Now, if you spray it on the towel, then 2 or 3 sprays on each panel of the car, you'll probably clog your towel. So the less ceramic gloss you use or less C6 Mist you use, the longer your towel will last.
I freaking love the drying blanket, Ivan.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Sorry, Sam. I hijacked it. I saw that question. Mark Hansen says, neighbor has a new car that wants to be done. I suggested a ceramic coating. It was too pricey for her. I told her that I would be decontaminating the paint. Can I use the red pad and the rotary?
Yeah, definitely. And then at least finish with ceramic gloss.
Excellent. Excellent. And you can use the red pad on our dual action or our rotary, which is what I love about it. Payne says, how long does it take for water spots to etch into the paint or bug guts? Ooh, that's a good one.
Anywhere from hours to days to weeks, depending on the weather, the color of the paint, how it's protected as well. So if there's no protection on the paint, it's going to take hours. If it has a coating on it, it can take weeks or months for that matter. So, but the sooner you get it off, the better it is.
Hey, I've got a quick announcement, Ivan.
Yep.
Site-wide, for the next 42 minutes, 30% off gallons, 25% off C6 Mist, and 35% off 16-ounce waterless wash. What would I be if not a company man, Ivan?
Well, and 25% off our 3, 5, and 8-year ceramic coatings, too.
Oh, wow. Exactly. Yeah. So that's all weekend long. That'll apply during the flash sale as well. So if you're like, hey, I just wanted to get the gallons, but I also want to get the other sale, 25% off our coatings, 30% off all our gallons. Again, I can't remember the last time 30% off something as valuable as like a gallon was part of our sale. So Becca Green says, wonder if tire coating dropping. Becca's in the know. Can't wait to see what they have for us. How does Becca know all this stuff?
Yeah. Still in R&D, and our R&D process can be quite long sometimes. We want to make sure that the product works before releasing it. We want to make sure everything is good. So, yes, it is in the works. When, we can't tell you. We're not that close yet.
Ivan, can you show him the new Quadfold towel again? Umberto says, happy birthday. Any recommendations on removing oil-based house paint overspray?
Razor blade.
Yeah, we have a video, the razor blade method.
Yeah, we do. So this is you'll recognize this towel, but it looks small. That's because it has 4 identical sections now instead of what one piece before. That makes it very easy to fold and have a nice thick towel to work with.
I want to just put a link to the razor blade method. So I just found that on YouTube and I posted it. So if you're wondering about how to remove overspray, we just posted a link in the chat on how to do that. I love that method, Ivan. And the Quadfold towel, man, I'm so excited about that. Keith M said, would there be any benefit to longevity adding ceramic coat over trim, restore, and protect? Would it be incompatible due to the ceramic and the trim, restore, and protect?
Do the trim, restore, and protect first, ceramic coating second. Give it at least a day before topping it.
All right, I've got an update. We have 10 drying blankets left. Just 10 drying blankets left. So again, this is the new sexy packaging. It's the new towel. We have a very limited quantity in. I'm telling you, I literally got this overnighted for this live because we have such limited supply. And I had to send the team the video of this just to show how excited I was. So the drying blankets are back, and I highly suggest you get one because they're probably going to be gone in less than 5 minutes. All right. Justin Ream says, can you use red pad with DA polisher for second step?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a great second step.
Yeah.
On rotary or DA.
Yeah.
And ready for the next question during our flash sale here, DIYdetail.com. Prophet says, is there a Canadian website I can order from with discounts?
Yes, definitely. TOC Supplies, 15% off DIY detail through Sunday midnight.
Perfect. Thank you to our friends there, our partners.
Yeah,
TOC.
and I think Josh is actually in the chat. I saw him go by there a little while
What's
ago.
up, Josh? I love the J. Cole sample on that short you guys put out. Hope it doesn't ruin our copyright. All right, Burley says, I drive a gravel road. Will your product collect dust, especially a wheel cleaner?
No, our wheel cleaner leaves the wheel clean. It doesn't collect dust. And our tire dressing, if that's what you're talking about, no, our tire dressing is perfectly dry within about 15 minutes. It is not silicone based. It is water based. Or it's not solvent based, or it does have silicones in it, but very dry to the touch once it's there and lasts a long time. I also live on gravel and my wheels stay nice and clean.
I'm hijacking this, Sam. Garrett Thomas says, dang, I just bought the old decontamination towel last week. Ivan, should they not get a decon towel for the next month or 6 weeks because this one is going to like change the game? I mean, it's a nice fold. I mean, but like the decon towel is still amazing. The one that we have.
Yeah. Right. Whenever we bring out a version 2 of something, it doesn't mean that version 1 is bad. It just means that we've improved it. Everyone that likes the version 1 will continue to like version 1 and will probably really like version 2 as well. But what I'm saying is you don't need to think, okay, now I have to budget to get that new towel because they're coming out with it. No, you don't need the new towel. If your towel is working fine, you don't need the new one. But know that the next time you order one after July, you will get the Quadfold towel instead of the one fold towel.
It's been in the works for a while. And I'm really excited.
Time,
yeah. All right, Sam. I meant to let you take over the chat, but all right. Next question from Jorge. What's up, Jorge? Peñaranda. You've grown as you did because you're more focused on helping than just pushing products. Thank you, guys. How many followers here on YouTube? Thank you, Jorge. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you. And we're at 142,000, I think.
Yeah, it's wild.
Subscribers on YouTube. So yeah.
We've got a video just kind of pop off on engine bay detailing, Ivan, which has been kind of interesting to watch. A lot of people think that it's not safe to detail your engine bay.
Yeah, your car, if you've ever bought a used car, trust me, your engine bay has been pressure washed to no end. By
untrained detailers in a,
Yeah, in the dealership detailing department, engine bay cleaning is one of their strong suits. They think they won't sell a car if the engine is dirty. So,
all right. Well, thank you, Jorge. I appreciate all the support always on all of our channels. David Boy says, Ivan, do you have a favorite dog hair brush for carpets? What's your method for dog hair removal on SUV rear compartment, third row?
First of all, spray a bit of interior clean protect or rinseless wash on the surface, just a light mist. You're not trying to get it wet. That's going to help break the static. Then the for real is a really nice tool to use. Any brush, a gardening glove. The gardening gloves that looks like you've had your hand in water way too long, so it's all crinkly. Those work great for bringing up pet hair. And remember, ask your customer, if it's for a customer's car, are they going to be putting the dog back in that third row? And if they are, there is no need to go bonkers and get every last bit of hair out.
Ivan, I'm crying because we just sold out of the drying blankets. So the drying blankets are off the website. We'll have more. Yep. They're coming. They're over. We're going to have thousands more, but that was our limited run. It's gone. So congrats to everyone who got a drying blanket on sale. Hey, we have 35 minutes left for the flash sale. 30% off all gallons site-wide, guys. 30% off. You have 35 minutes to take advantage of that. 35% off waterless wash and 25% off C6 Mist. Go get yourself a great deal on DIYdetail.com as we celebrate.
Yeah.
Whew. I'm in the zone now. Mike Barrett says, is app on sale?
No, sir. And app
it is, however,
back
in stock. Yeah, it
yeah.
was out of stock for a while. People love app. I have an adhesion promoter polish.
Yeah.
All right, John Zalatoris says, how about the thing to do rinseless on the roof of a car, like mid on a stick? Maybe he hasn't seen it yet, Ivan. You want to show it to him again?
You mean the perfectly safe brush?
I'm going to try to give you the wide. Hold again. Let me give Ivan the widescreen again. Show him the perfectly safe brush again.
So this is a flag tip nylon brush, very long bristle, very compact as well. So a lot of bristles per square inch, and you'll see it's extremely soft. There's a number of people in the chat that have seen this already. If they can comment, but look how deep that flagging is. So that flagging is extremely deep, and even if you put pressure on the brush, you're not going to get the rest of the bristle there. It's 8 inches wide, so it fits easily in your bucket. And optionally, we have this nice handle with cam locks that comes out, and you can extend the handle up to 4 feet long.
Mike Kaufman, okay, Despawn says, why is a wash mitt better than a wash brush on a broomstick?
It isn't. That's why we came out with a brush. So microfiber has this great ability to grab and hold on to dirt. That doesn't make it a very good wash media, because when you dunk it back in your wash brush or your wash bucket, it's not releasing all the dirt. Whereas this is designed to release all the dirt, just like our sponges. So if you're thinking of safety for your paint, the safest is by far the sponge. Close, very close second is the perfectly safe brush. We named it that for a reason. And then your microfibers or wash mitts.
I'm hijacking the chat again, Sam. My apologies. Mike Kaufman asking, so the perfectly safe brush, good with soap and rinseless?
Correct. It works very well with both, Mike.
And you don't have to be an old guy to use this with great pride and joy?
No. And
I don't have to own a bus to use the perfectly safe brush. Could I wash a Ferrari with that?
This is too soft for our brush. This is too soft for our bus. It's not going to clean it well. Now, because of it's a textured surface. The first vehicle that Nick saw this being used on was a $500,000 or more Porsche.
Classic Ivan.
Yeah. So, other people, they might be in the chat. I don't know if Bruce is here, but Bruce's Garage, he'll be releasing a video soon where Sylvie and I stopped in to help him detail his new Lexus that he bought. He got it an hour before I put this on the paint. Let's just say he was stressed until he saw the results.
All right. Are we ready for another question here in the chat as we celebrate our 3rd year of life as business, and we're celebrating with sales on our website? White England says, if washing panel by panel with rinseless, do I still need to rinse each section? Or I guess chemical, rinse chemical?
Yeah. So depending on the level of dirt, if you're washing on a regular basis, you don't have a big accumulation, you can literally spray the rinseless on, wash it, and dry it right there, move on to the next panel. If a rinse is necessary, then the best course of action would be to spray it on the whole car, so the foam or the chemical, then rinse it off, taking the grit off of the vehicle, then apply it to the whole vehicle again. If it dries, not a big deal. When you get back to that section, just re-wet it and then dry it.
Chemical, rinse, chemical. Foam, rinse, foam. I love the methodology there. But yeah, sometimes the word rinseless can get people confused. Can we get a new question?
Less.
All right. Rinse less. No rinsing, right?
Yeah.
Matt58 says, after using ceramic gloss for a while, can I put a ceramic coating on top, or do I have to polish?
You have to polish, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. Why is that, Ivan?
You need to remove the ceramic gloss for the coating to bond to the paint. And ceramic gloss has quite a good durability and bonding to it as well. So,
if I didn't mention this, it wouldn't be a flash sale. Let's go through our flash sales right now. Throughout the weekend, we've got great deals, like 25% off our 3, 5, and 8-year coatings, 15% off all clean. But if you're watching this now, in the next 31 minutes, we have special deals. 25% off C6 Mist, 30% off all of our gallons, and 35% off 16-ounce waterless wash. Thank you, Sam, for putting those.
And those are, of course, while supplies last.
Wall supplies. I think we really are limited on the C6 Mist. I
Yeah, we are.
It wasn't as limited as the drying blankets, but you never know, guys. You never know.
Yeah.
And I hate telling people we're out of stock. I hate that. That's not customer service. We want to be in stock with everything. Mayo Eldridge says, "What's the best beginner polisher besides the sander?"
After that, I would say our 25 millimeter DA or our rotary. And a lot of people fear the rotary. In reality, it's what I start teaching on. So someone that's never polished before, the first tool I put in their hand is a rotary. So don't be afraid of the rotary.
And how does that usually go?
They prefer the rotary at the end of it. Mike Kaufman, who's in the chat here, he's one of those people that came for a training last year, and the first tool he had in his hand was a rotary.
Speaking of a rotary, I think a lot of pros want to learn to use a rotary so they can feel like they're a real pro. You know, you learn on the DA in a lot of circles these days, and the rotary is this thing that people don't understand. Yep. Well, guess what? We have a professional network of installers through C6 Ceramics. Let's answer this question from Remedy, and then we'll talk more about C6. Ivan, I've been seeing more of my customers coming from the dirt racetracks, covered in silky dirt on coarse plastics that can be tough to remove. What's the most efficient way to remove completely? Is this Gary?
Yeah, so Gary knows that I'm a dirt track enthusiast, and he comes from the part of the Northeast where there's a lot of dirt tracks. So definitely, that is where the foam rinse, and then either rinseless or foam, really comes into its own, is on those plastics for sure. So foam it on, let it dwell, and then wash with a brush. So a wash mitt or the sponge actually doesn't get into that textured plastic as well as something like our Perfectly Safe wash brush or the Wheel and Brody brush that I know you already have, Gary.
I think it's time to add someone to the chat, Ivan LaCroix. What do you think?
Let's bring him on.
Heyo! What's up, John?
Hey, sorry, I was responding to someone. How is everyone today? Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday
John.
to you. I mean, John from C6 Ceramics. Glossy Chris says, John and or Ivan, can you describe the difference between C6 Hydro Pro and C6 Diamond Gloss?
So C6 Hydro, as the name says, extreme hydrophobics. Diamond Gloss, extreme gloss. They're both very long-lasting, easy to apply coatings. And, for the professional, if you leave a high spot, you're in trouble. But that being said, they both will give you a gloss. They both will give you slickness. They both will give you hydrophobics. But one has an edge on hydrophobics. One has an edge on gloss, depending on what you and your customer want.
John, question.
We kind of say that.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm going to add on to that. So one thing we say with hydro is that might be better suited for like the daily drivers or someone that's parking outdoors. Someone that might benefit from those self-cleaning properties a little bit more. Diamond Gloss might be for like that show car that has a unique paint job, and they really want to emphasize the unique paint job. But like Ivan was saying, either it's good for either situation. It just kind of comes down to what you and your client discuss and what they might find better suits their situation for ceramic coating.
John, you talk to installers with C6 Ceramics all over the country every day. Why would I want to become an installer for C6 Ceramics?
Yeah, absolutely. So not only do you have access to the professional products, we do have some added benefits for the approved installers. So there's some discounts for the products that are available, the ease of access of the product, or the ease of install of the product. So the single layer, the circular motions, if you're used to the DIY detail coatings, they are going to be a very similar application there. The self-leveling, the 1 hour rapid cure, those are all things that are very similar. But like we were just discussing, the difference is going to be the performance, the hydrophobics, the gloss, the chemical resistance, all these sorts of things. Not only that, we do have a wonderful network of approved installers that are spread across the entire world. So you can join that Facebook page once you are an approved installer. Sharing work, talking about how you sell your product better or anything like that. We do have an installer map available on the C6 Ceramics website, which will be for potential clients to go to the website and see where the nearest installer to them would be, which we are always updating with new installers and more information that way.
And one thing that John is too bashful to say,
but
also
humble.
Spectacular customer service in the form of John.
Thank you.
John is not a detailer that is a rep on the side. No, he's a full-time dedicated rep for C6. He's there to help. John is not a salesperson. John is there as a support. And that Facebook group that he mentioned is there for support as well. But John is on the front line. His phone rings, he answers it. And
John's not a showman. He's the real deal.
Nights and weekends. You call me, I'm answering.
Yeah, exactly. So when his phone rings, he answers. He doesn't even look at the phone. Same with me. I just answer the phone. I'm not I can't bother looking at it. But that being said, when you're looking for a professional ceramic coating company, you're looking for a professional ceramic coating to use. C6 is definitely one of the top, and John is by far the rep of choice.
John, what are the installers saying when they do their maintenance washes and they're watching the way that these coatings hold up? C6 Hydro or Diamond Gloss. Like, what are they telling you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of the feedback is going to be phenomenal results with the ease of washing and maintenance. The hydrophobics, the ease of application of the coating, these are all things that they're very excited about. One thing that we like to talk about with the ease of maintenance for the C6 is we don't require any toppers or sealants, where some companies might say you have to reinstall a topper or sealant every 3 to 6 months. We don't require that because of the chemistry behind the C6 ceramic coatings. So that one is a big sales point for the maintenance side of it. We also don't require any reapplications of the coating. So some companies might say they have a longer durability coating that requires you to reinstall that coating. We don't have that problem at all, or that solution to the coatings. All we require is going to be your standard detailer's wash that you'd be using to wash those vehicles. And then we say about once a year, depending on the environment that the vehicle lives in, you need to do that full decontamination, which is going to be the water spot remover, the perforated synthetic clay towel with the iron remover, that mechanical decontamination to represent that uncontaminated surface for the best performance of that product.
So it's still there. It's not like you need to just recoat it and then it's a war. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and kind of on that same line, we actually don't recommend using any toppers or sealants like the quick beads or the ceramic gloss. Those are things that you don't want to be using on top of the C6 professional coatings, just because those are going to be masking the performance of the ceramic coating itself. You want the coating to do the heavy lifting, not the sacrificial topper to be put on top.
Ivan, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, everything that John said is spot on. The C6, we did develop a product, and that C6 Mist that just happens to be on sale right now. Flash sale till another 22 minutes or so.
23 minutes. 23 minutes.
Another 23 minutes. C6 Mist is a very unique product, and we actually introduced it on this birthday celebration, our 2-year birthday celebration. We had John on last year as well. And C6 Mist is designed to be a non-sacrificial layer, meaning it doesn't leave anything behind, or it leaves a very minimal amount of gloss enhancer behind, but it is a spectacular drying aid. It literally, I don't know where the water goes, but you spray it on the surface and you don't, let me rephrase that. You mist it on the surface. The name mist is there for a reason. You don't overuse this product. Some people think it's expensive. It's actually a very economical product to use because you're putting so little on the surface. One glancing spray per panel at most, and that's all you need.
And you can use it actually like quick beads too. You can mist it on and then rinse it off. So it can be used as a rinse aid. TOC Supplies says, shout out to John for being awesome with all our C6 ceramics questions from the Canadian professionals. Your support has been top notch. Wait, did he just? I want to do that. What are you?
I don't know how that happened.
That was pretty cool. Happy birthday. Happy.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, there we go. That's amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And TOC, if you're in Canada, reach out to TOC Supplies. They are our official distributor for C6 Ceramics. And in Europe, you have Ivan K at DIYdetailing.eu, who also is having a sale right now. So is TOC Supplies. So there we go.
Mike Kaufman says, any future C6 products that can be talked about?
Yeah, actually, we have a C6 Agro that was just released, and that is a wipe-on ceramic coating for agricultural and industrial products. And other than that, we have a few other little things in the works, but we can't talk about those yet.
Top secret.
Always innovating. More products coming.
Hey, we have flash sales going on for the next 21 minutes on DIYdetail.com. 35% off 16 ounces of waterless wash. Never done 35% off anything, I don't think. Flash sale, 30% off every single product that has a gallon, concentrated version or not concentrated version, any gallon, 30% off for the next 20 minutes. And then 25% off C6 Mist, John. That's your baby, C6 Mist.
Yep, exactly.
All right, and then if you missed the flash sale,
when we were talking about the mist, when you're using it, I mean, you said that it doesn't have any protection, so that's not something you're going to want to use on a vehicle that doesn't have a ceramic coating. If you're selling like a standard detail, you don't want to be saying like, oh, I'm putting a sealant on there. Mist is not going to do that. It's just to add the lubrication during that drying process.
Yeah, boy, I love it though. It feels like it's protecting. I don't know. It's a nice product.
Speaking of sales and discounts, C6 installers also get a discount on all DIY products when they're a C6 installer. So, and it's quite a nice discount. We're not going to go into the discount levels here because you have to be a installer to access them. But that being
I'll go
said,
over it with you on the phone at that time.
yeah, John will do that with you. And C6 pricing, people think it's a very expensive coating. It isn't. For the professional user, there are a lot of advantages, and financially there are advantages as well. A little bit of C6 goes a long way, just like any of the DIY products. But like most of you are getting 2 cars out of a bottle of C6 or of DIY coatings, you'll get that same 2 cars out of a bottle of C6. So that really reduces the price.
Weekend sale, by the way. If you missed our flash sale, all weekend long, our 3, 5, and 8-year coatings are on sale, and it's a steep discount. They are 25% off all weekend long.
Yeah.
Right now, if you want some all clean, I would get it right now. It's a 30% off for the gallon. But if you miss our flash sale, all clean will be 15% off all weekend long. So get yourself the gallon. Flash sale is amazing, man. I need to get on this flash sale and I want a gallon of what's on your dream list, John. You might know someone like me. I might know someone too. But if you were just getting gallons, what would you choose? Like, you're the detailer still.
I mean, I love all clean. I mean, picking up the gallon of all clean, I use that everywhere. I mean, it's great interior, it's great on the wheels, it's great use around the house. I mean, you got a spill or something on the floor, cleaning up the carpet, anything like that. All clean is frequently used around my household. So the gallons of the all clean is probably the number one. I mean, if not, the rinseless wash is going to be up there for just, continuing to maintain those vehicles.
What about iron remover, Ivan? Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you, but iron remover is not a cheap product for detailers.
Yeah, iron remover is a necessary product. So is our water spot remover. Before installing a coating, those are 2 things you need to use. So, at 30% off, even for the C6 installers, it's a deal right now. So yeah, 30% off all our gallons, not the 16 ounce, but there is one 16 ounce that's on sale, and that's our waterless wash at 35% off. So.
John, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. I just got real excited.
You're good. Yeah.
Was there anything else on the wish list? Because I know you talk to detailers. You're a detailer. Like, anything else? If you were still in the trenches every day, what would you?
Yeah.
Snap?
I mean, picking up the mist is probably usually when I'm talking with installers, I make sure that they're getting mist to maintain the professional coatings. That one is phenomenal there. I mean, it's great for everyday use too, but just know it's not putting that protection on there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you are on the side of professional detailing, fill out the application and have a conversation with me. Even if you are new into detailing and new into the professional side of it, we can kind of go over everything or set a roadmap for you to have a way to get more into that professional side or have these products available to you. So, I mean, once we start getting down that road of getting the professional products, I mean, that's where we're saying getting the hydro and the diamond gloss and really using the next level of products available to you for a luxury finish for your clients.
And I love Roland. Looks like maybe one of your installers saying John's awesome and very responsive. So I love all the reference points of John will take care of you, man. You want to be an installer, fill out the application. Let's get this going.
For the IT team, Jeremy Johnson has said he's not getting a 35% off on the wireless wash. If you guys can check into that, please. I know our IT team is watching and
we are out of
job.
Water spot remover in gallons, unfortunately. So
we're out of water. Wow.
Yeah. So we've been selling some stuff. People are because right now you have 17 minutes to save 30% off gallons. Again, we don't do 30% off very often. So if you want a gallon of something, I'm just gonna share my wish list. I would get iron remover in a gallon, tire dressing in a gallon, ceramic gloss in a gallon, and all clean in a gallon, and probably rinseless in a gallon. Is that it?
Lots of gallons. That
I
sounds
would
great.
stock up. All right. That's all.
I carry one of each in the bus. So yeah, definitely it is the gallons are a great way of saving a bit of money, and you always have the product with you. And stuff like, especially all clean is one that you're going to be using on almost every car. Rinseless wash, you're going to be using on every car. Tire dressing, you definitely are using tire dressing on every car you detail, I hope. Interior Clean and Protect is one that a lot of people don't talk about enough, but Interior Clean and Protect is definitely a fun product to use. And if you're not using rinseless wash to clean the outside, then Interior Clean and Protect is your product of choice to clean the inside. It's not as aggressive as All Clean, but it is a great cleaner and leaves behind anti-static protection. It doesn't leave behind a glossy finish. It's anti-static. That's its superpower.
It looks like Rolling Rogan says, are you going to do 40% off on your 4th birthday? I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
And someone else is saying water spot remover gallon was sold out the minute you announced the flash sale. So I think people jumped on that. Daryl Quinn says, John, is there any C6 installers in the UK or Northern Ireland?
Yeah, I know there are some, but I only work with the installers inside the country. So for people outside the country that want to be approved for C6, you're going to want to go to your distribution site. So there'll be a list on the C6 website for you to see where that may be. But I do know there are some around that area.
Yep.
Sadly, sorry, Kelly said ceramic, interior clean and protect, I think, in the gallon is sold out. So gallons are moving fast. We have 15 minutes left. While supplies last, 30% off gallons site-wide. I'm just checking in some of these. Sorry, Kelly said gallons are sold out. And then someone else asked, is ceramic gloss in a gallon the concentrate? No, it is ready to use.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Conway here.
Yeah, great question, Conway. What's the requirements for being a C6 Pro installer? John, what are they?
Yeah, so basically what we're doing, when you fill out the application, it'll ask you a couple of questions. It's a very short application, just a couple, maybe a minute. But then you'll be prompted to schedule a phone call with me. It's about a 30-minute phone call where we can go over everything. What we're looking for is entrepreneurs or business owners that are looking to grow their business around more luxury products. We like to see experience with ceramic coatings. Whether it's DIY detail or if you're a Fine Labs installer, whatever that may be, we like to see some experience so that you know how to work with those products. And then just a good understanding of detailing in general. I mean, we're really just trying to limit the product to only professionals. We don't want this available for just the weekend warrior or a detailer that wants to work on their own car or a friend's car. For that situation, that's why we have the Hydro Light available. So if you're looking at a luxury product available to you as a personal detailer for your own vehicles, that's what we have Hydro Light for. But to further answer the question, we are not an exclusive company, so you're more than welcome to use other brands. I have a feeling you're going to prefer to use C6 just because of the response that we've gotten from installers that have been using these products for about 2 years. But we are not limiting you to what products you can use. You can use whatever you like. That being said, we do say that sticking within brand is the best way to do it because all of the C6 products have been developed in tandem to the DIY detail products. So we know they all work extremely well together. One quick example of that would be using the gold standard polish. We don't have any of the solvents or fillers in there that would affect the way the coating is bonding to that surface. So you can just use a rinseless dampened towel, wipe that polish right off, go directly into the app, go directly into the coating, and then you're done. Or like Ivan talks about all the time, using the iron remover with a perforated synthetic clay towel. Usually companies don't want you to use an iron remover as a clay lube. It doesn't have that lubrication in there. So these are all things that sort of streamline that process to get that vehicle back to that client faster and get you working on the next vehicle.
12 minutes left in the flash sale. 12 minutes left in the flash sale. Just letting you guys know, because I'm getting a lot of questions about shelf life of concentrates, Ivan. And I want to make sure we had 12 minutes left of the flash sale. So if folks have questions, I didn't interrupt John, but what is the shelf life of concentrated rinseless? And years.
Yeah,
okay.
Years. And Conway, about using another brand, we're so confident we don't mind that you have another brand in stock. You'll end up using C6. Trust me.
But I love how, John, you went right to the entrepreneurial side of I can hear the way that you're talking to installers is let me teach you to be an entrepreneur and a detailer. And it's obviously you've been a detailer. Ivan's mentored you and me. So it's cool that there's a big network of possibility when you join the C6 family. I'm just really excited about this flash sale because it's only for 12 more minutes. 25% off C6 Mist and 30% off all gallons. I've had a gallon of rinseless wash V1 in my house for 3 years, Ivan. It's still great.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you can get a concentrate. It'll last you for a long time. Yeah,
store them properly, meaning room temperature. Don't let them freeze. Don't let them boil, and you're good to go. Other than that, John, anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, I mean, I guess when we're talking about some of those products, we do have a marine coating available to professionals. So that would be for boats and RVs or side-by-sides or something that may be out of the automobile side. We also have PPF available. So if you are looking to have PPF, we have that available for you. It's not anything revolutionary like the ceramic coatings are. It's very competitively priced, and we have a matte and gloss. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything that I can specifically think of that might be added on there.
Sweet. Well, we have a flash sale going for 11 more minutes on DIY detail.
Excuse me.
Your phone's on, John?
Detailers always
phone
come first. So
John's phone is
I'm going
always
to take
on.
this call.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take this call with our
Thanks,
installer.
John.
So I'll talk to you guys later. Happy birthday. Take it
Okay.
easy, everybody.
All right. I guess he wasn't.
This is John.
He wasn't lying. All right, I'm to get him out of here. All right,
Yeah.
thanks, John. All right, so I guess he answers on Friday afternoons too. So if you have a call,
Yeah, John is known to answer whenever he's awake, basically.
Yeah. He's like
so-
Ivan that way.
Yeah. So let's continue on with some questions. And
Okay.
10 minutes left to the flash sale, but the flash sales will keep the 25% off C6 Mist, 35% off wireless wash, 30% off all clean in gallons, and actually
30% off all gallons.
all
for
our
the next
gallons.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
sorry,
Yep,
not
yep.
just all clean, all gallons. Yeah. Those that are remaining, apparently we've sold out on a couple of them. But that being said, David Graham, what dilution of rinseless?
You go. Well, let me read the question, Ivan. You'll answer.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
dilution of rinseless wash would be good to use as a quick detailer for interior and exterior?
We only have one dilution, and let's say it all together: 256 to 1.
To 1.
Yeah.
For everything.
Everything.
Jimmy Jailbreak says, Ivan, Nick, I know you have an iron remover and recommend All Clean as your wheel and tire cleaner. Any plans to make a wheel tire cleaner with iron remover to save time?
Not necessarily. So iron remover is not needed every time you wash your wheels. Basically, you only need iron remover if your wheels are neglected, and that would bring a big expense to it. That it's an expense you don't need.
I'm sad we sold out of the drying blankets. My mind went to that. But back to wheel cleaning and question answering. Thank you, sir. Robo Bray, do you have something that can clean in between a truck bed and the cab of the truck?
Yeah. Spray it with All Clean in a foam. So foam on All Clean, then let it dwell, and then pressure wash it. That's about all you can do in there.
And we recommend a 15 to 1 dilution of All Clean. So 1
Yeah.
part concentrate, that's the 1, the 15 parts water. And then if you have like a little cap full of Incredible Suds in there, it'll make it dwell longer because it'll foam better. But yeah, that's a great way to make All Clean work for you. Next question from Jose. Do you have to be certified for the wipe-on coating on the agricultural side?
Yes, definitely. And that one you need training. So the regular C6, you don't need training. The agricultural, you do. And I just saw something pop up. Nick, we're a little miss here. Our friend Ivan K, our distributor, DIYdetailing.eu, is planning is doing a giveaway. So,
oh, yeah, trivia.
Yeah. So those of you that are in the EU, he's not going to ship to the UK. He's not going to ship to Saudi Arabia, and he's not going to ship to the US or Canada or anywhere else. So you have to be in the European Union. We have a question for you. What is the name, or sorry, what country is DIYdetailing.eu in? First one to answer wins the prize. And Ivan will contact you after that. So.
Okay, so Ivan's been super gracious in wanting to like participate in this party.
Yeah.
And so if you are in the EU, you can answer this and win from Ivan with an I. Gotcha. Okay. I see some answers in there that look like they're right.
Yeah.
The first one that came in, and I don't know if this is the first Austria that I saw.
Yeah.
From Janos Caponi.
Yeah. So Janos, Ivan, Janos, if you can reach out to Ivan, or Ivan, if you can put your email address there for him to reach out to you, and then we'll take it from there.
So that was the trivia question to win.
Yeah.
A prize not to be determined by Ivan. All right. There's so much going on, Ivan LaCroix with a Y.
Yes.
We have 7 minutes left of our flash sale. Sorry to shatter your eardrums, but if you want to save 30% off our gallons for the next 6 minutes, it's 30% off gallons site-wide. We rarely ever do this. I never say 30% off. So that's a big sale, Ivan.
Yeah. And 35% off waterless wash. And
Dang, okay.
Yeah, the reason we're doing that, we want you to discover just how great of a product it is and how useful it is. Nick likes to use it on his wheels. It's great for door jams. It's great for that.
Wheels.
Yeah, that unexpected bird bomb. That little touch up at the end of the detail.
Yep.
That's what that's its big use. As a waterless wash, of course it works well. But we're the first ones to tell you waterless wash is only for clean cars. You're removing dust off the car. That's what waterless wash is for. If you're actually having to clean the car, you might want to go to rinseless.
Here's when I like waterless wash. I don't have time to wash the car. There's bug guts all over my windshield. I don't want to take a bucket of rinseless and get the PSD towel wet and then shave the bug guts off with the decon towel. I spray waterless wash on. and I get the right towel on there, I wipe the bug guts off, I have clean glass.
Yeah.
So again, I live in an apartment. I don't have the fancy stuff all the time, and it's just like that's where I use it in between washes.
Yeah.
I still don't tend to do in between like wipe downs with waterless wash because my car gets so dirty so fast. But waterless wash has its lane. 35% off for the next 5 minutes. Might as well give it a try. White England says, if washing panel by panel with rinseless, do I still need to chemical rinse each section? I think we already asked that question.
We already answered it, but like on our Facebook group, we're happy to answer again.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're doing section by section, if you have to do the chemical, put the chemical on the whole vehicle, rinse the whole vehicle, put the chemical back on the whole vehicle. Don't worry if it dries. Then do panel by panel where you wash the panel, dry the panel, move to the next panel, wash the panel, dry the panel. And then if if it has dried, just add a little more rinseless to the surface, wash and dry.
Gotcha. That makes sense. D. Real Raj, will there be any sale on polisher machine?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Those tend to move pretty quick, guys. Steve Wood says, is All Clean safe for fabric convertible tops?
Yes. Just be sure to rinse it out. And for those, I'd go at 30-1 dilution.
All right. Jorge says, guys, does this brush, the perfectly safe brush, work equally well with rinseless and the suds?
Both very well, actually.
You prefer it with rinseless?
I actually like it with the suds, but it works.
Really?
It works. Yeah, it works great with the rinseless, but it's allowing me to appreciate incredible suds a little more.
Send me a prototype, Ivan. I just got a foam cannon set up with my core. I got all kinds of goodies at the apartment. You gotta wait to see on Nick at Night on the House of Rags because I got some videos coming, guys. All right, that's our podcast. We have podcasts. Ivan has the deep dive on Saturdays. We have I have a podcast on Sundays over at the House of Rags. Adam Nash says, when it comes to clay, what separates good clay versus bad clay? Does it just come down to branding, or does performance really change across brands?
It really does change across brands. So our perforated synthetic decontamination towel is by far the safest one on the market. We're the only one that says you don't need to break it in on glass first. That's because we've worked on our polymer much more than others. A lot of them are copycats. Ours is, I'm the first one to have developed that product when I worked for another company, and I've continued to develop. I've continued to work with the manufacturer to improve it to the point that we now have the Quadfold towel. So you've seen our towel before, and it looks like this. It's just nice towel, but now it has 4 sections. Those four sections make it so that it's easy to
show
fold.
it off again. I put you in the big screen. Show them the Quadfold towel if they haven't seen it yet. The new decon towel.
Full size towel, but see how easily it folds. So now you have 4 equally sized, perfectly sized for your hand, and also nice and thick, so no pressure points. So very safe. That's coming in July. So don't look for it on the website yet. Our existing perforated synthetic decontamination towel is a great towel. It works great. We've just improved it a little bit.
2 minutes left for our flash sale. Let's go through the flash sale one more time. If for some reason it's like 5 minutes past, whatever. If it's 1 minute past, send me an email. We'll get you hooked up. But here's the deal.
No, actually, we won't.
No, we won't. Okay, so your flash sale, you got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
25. No exceptions. 25% off C6 Mist, 30% off gallons, 35% off waterless wash in the bottle. You got 2 minutes left for the flash sale. You've been warned. We've been saying it for an hour nonstop.
And don't forget 25% off 3, 5, and 8 year coating, of course, during the flash sale, but that will continue after, as well as 15% off All Clean.
So you could put that in your cart now and just do it all at once because you're getting a great deal.
Yeah.
That would make sense to me. All right, guys. Well, we're not done yet. We're not done with this live stream, but we're just wanting to answer more questions. The flash sale portion is about to end. It doesn't mean the live stream's ending. We want to answer your questions. It's our birthday bash. We're here to serve. Isaac says, I restored some clogged towels with a wash with All Clean, followed by Renaissance wash and vinegar rinse and another plain water rinse. That sounds really complicated. Is the vinegar needed in the water rinse? I mean, maybe it was, Isaac.
Yeah, I think the Renaissance is the heavy lifter in that combination. Maybe a bit of All Clean, but definitely Renaissance has blown me away when it comes to washing microfiber towels.
I've just been doing vinegar on hot water delicate. Is that decent?
Hot water is definitely not a good thing for your towels, Nick.
I know that, but I don't dry them. So I'm like, if I don't have Renaissance yet,
140 degrees is 140 degrees, whether it's in water or in dry air.
So use cold water. I just thought I didn't have the Renaissance yet, so I was missing out.
No.
And I'm like, let me add some heat to the. All right, keep it
you're
cold.
damaging your towels.
I know better, and I still make the mistake, and that's how everybody can learn. Keep it cold. I apologize to the detailing culture. Charles Baxter says, red pad, good enough to remove a sealant when preparing ceramic coating, or should I use the yellow?
Go for the yellow.
Yeah, we did that on my Jeep, actually, because we've been using ceramic gloss on it. We did yellow pad with gold standard polish to remove the ceramic
Jamie
gloss
the
before
cleaner.
coating.
Hey, Jamie from the House of Rags saying, no, Nick is fired from towel washing.
Well, send me that Renaissance, brother. It's on the way. It's supposed to arrive next week, so I'm excited.
Yeah, he's ordered it already.
Daniel De La Cruz, could you go into depth between the benefits of graphene coating and a ceramic coating, 3-year and 5-year?
So we have a great podcast on that, but basically short form is 3-year. The reason we have graphene in the 3-year, graphene helps with water spots. Doesn't prevent water spots. It helps reduce the incidence of water spots, but graphene over time breaks down. So some people have a 10-year graphene coating or a 5-year graphene coating. It's still a great coating, but past that 3-year, one of the characteristics that you bought it for was helping with water spot resistance. That is gone after 3 or 4 years.
Ivan, someone in the chat's wishing us happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Okay, this is also graphene oxide, just to declare, not pure graphene.
Yeah, actually reduced graphene oxide, but yeah.
I just wanted to say, I'm just reflecting on 3 years, and I want to say thank you to Ivan. I appreciate all that you've helped me grow and the opportunity to come on at DIY Detail in the first place. And 3 years is wild. I'm humbled at the success so far. It's been a wild ride. So
so
Christian from BioBombs. It's been a while. I cannot believe it, honestly.
Yeah, and Christian, if you haven't tried BioBombs, you need to try BioBombs. They are an exceptionally good product. And no, they're not your average chlorine dioxide tablet. That's what, I've read that online. People saying, oh, it's just a chlorine dioxide tablet. It is not just a chlorine dioxide tablet. Trust me. It's so much better. We had a car in the shop that smelled so bad of cigars.
Yeah.
The owner of the car has no sense of smell. So he didn't know that his car literally reeked of cigars. We just drove the car into the shop, and the whole shop immediately smelled the cigars. We put a BioBomb in it. It was the last filming of the day, and we were just pulling it in to, not have it on the street at night. And immediately, cigar smell everywhere. Sylvie was in the office editing a video, and she's, what happened? So we put a BioBomb in it. The next morning, the shop smelled great. And when you open the door of the car, there was no more cigar smell. Like zero. Gone. 100%. So, yes, BioBombs are spectacular.
I love Christian over at BioBombs. I appreciate everything he does, and I can't wait to use one if I need it. Maybe if I get back into the detailing grind. For now, the cars smell pretty good. Mike Soul says, recommendations on what to get as a starter kit. Don't have any products really, and just got 2 new vehicles to take care of.
Our business in a box, even though you're not going into business, it's a great starter kit as well.
Yeah, business in a box. We'll get you all squared away.
Yep.
I would have said hit the flash sale up for 30% off gallons, but the flash sale's over, folks. I'm so sorry, but there's still a sale going on. 25% off our 3, 5, and 8-year coatings all weekend long. Dynamic Duo Detailing says, I posted in the C6 group about removing some minor marring on a C8 Corvette. We just coated with diamond last weekend. Can I just correct that area, apply the app, and remove and recoat that area?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the logic behind that, Ivan?
If there's marring that needs to be removed, you remove the marring, but you need to use at least the yellow pad with gold standard polish to abrade the coating enough that the new coating will adhere to it.
And then app, then coat?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Daniel Frederick says, can trim, restore, and protect be used on interior surfaces?
Yes, definitely. So now, make sure that it's a black surface, or you want it to be black, because there's a black dye in interior trim, or in trim, restore, and protect.
And it's smelly. I mean, just to be honest with you. So well ventilated. Like, just be aware there's an odor to it.
There'll be a solvent smell for a couple hours.
Yep, exactly. So you've been warned there. So if I'm on an interior applying that, I may want to wear a respirator. Just I'm always a little sensitive to the smells, Ivan. I'm always the one who's wearing gloves and a mask. Joey V8 says, what's the shelf life of concentrated rinseless wash in a container? Trying to decide if I want to commit to a gallon since I only detail my car, Or if I don't need
Years.
that much. Years. Yep.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't freeze or boil, you're good.
Great. Rondell Fowney says, happy birthday DIY. Is 5.3 stack better than the 8-year?
Oh, great question.
That's
Depends
a great question.
Yeah, it depends on what you want. So it's what do you want from your coating? The 5.3 stack will give you a little more slickness and a lot more gloss than the 8-year. The 8-year, though, will give you that self-washing or self-cleaning property and a little better chemical resistance.
Indeed. I'm loving the 8.3 stack on the Jeep, Ivan. I mean, it is
Yeah.
just beating up and cleaning so well. I decided that's what I want out of my coating. More than gloss, slickness, any of that. I want ease of clean. Like when the
Right.
bug guts end up on the front bumper, when the things are dirty, does it clean easy? And if it does, my life's better. So that's what I love about a ceramic coated car. Thank you, Randall, for saying happy birthday. John Wisenant, what's up, brother? What do you do with blue jean dye on leather seats?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So
John's an OG fan of DIY, by the way.
Yeah.
So thank you, John.
So start with an alcohol-based cleaner. So blue jean dye, if you're using like a hand sanitizer, will actually help remove some of that dye. Also, there are products specific to that. Look at our friends Geist. They have a specific product for that. Then after that, our DIY Detail interior ceramic coating to protect it from getting that dye transfer on it. You'll still get the dye transfer, but it'll wash off super easy with just some rinseless wash.
I had so much struggle with that as a detailer. It was just once it was there, it was like hard to remove. So it was just
it is a dye. You have to remember, it's a dye. You have dyed the surface, so you may not be able to get it out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always better to try to prevent it with something like interior ceramic first.
Right.
If it's gone past the point of no return, I sometimes felt it was gone past the point of no return. Tybo said, with an excessively grabby carpet like Tesla, would the interior clean and protect be good to help stuff release from the carpet, Velcro?
Yes, definitely. Releases the static from it. So, but you just want a mist of it. You don't want to get the carpet wet.
There we go. I can't believe we have 424 people an hour and 37 minutes into this live. Pump 103 says, can I add a little bit of rinseless into my soap to counter hard water?
There's no need.
Why not?
You either use rinseless or use soap. The hard water will affect you as you're rinsing, not when the soap is on the surface. So when Incredible Suds is on the surface, you can actually let Incredible Suds dry on the surface and it'll rinse away clean. So not a concern. You mentioned the flash sale, Nick. There's one thing we need to mention, or a couple things. Our friends at JF Detailing Supplies in Puerto Rico, DIYdetailing.eu in the European Union, specifically Austria, and but he ships all over the EU. And finally, TOC Supplies in Canada are all jumping in with sales to thank us for, to wish happy birthday to us, but more importantly, to our followers.
Oh, Carzilla is doing 15% off on DIY Detail too.
Oh, great. Excellent.
That's awesome. So Carzilla is doing sales. TOC is doing sales. Don't forget, if you missed the flash sale, like that was a very special thing, but we still have 25% off all of our coatings and 15% off all clean all weekend long. So 3, 5, and 8-year coatings, 25% off. That is as steep as we ever go on coatings. Again, the flash sale, we did 30 and 35%, but that was a really special thing. It's over. 25% is still a very steep discount. So yeah. Sebastian Veal says, what do you use to clean your bus, Ivan LaCroix?
I use Blue Beacon.
What's that?
It's a truck wash. I drive in, I give them $40, and 15 minutes later, I drive out with a clean brush or a clean bus. It's amazing. If you're a truck driver, Blue Beacon, they're all over the place. But you go in there, they spray on a rather harsh chemical, but my bus has a ceramic coating on it, and also it's bed liner, so it's not a paint I'm necessarily concerned about too much. They spray it down with a very caustic product. Then there is a army, like 10 people, brushing the bus from front to back. Then they rinse it, and then they actually do a DI rinse at the end.
It smells very chemically in there. I went through one of those with you on the way back to SEMA one year, and it was like, oh, it smelled like acid in there. I mean, it was like...
I wouldn't want to work there.
Yeah, it did not look... But, hey, it had to be done. The jobs need to get done. All right, next question. When is V2 coming out from Becca Green of the 3-inch wool pad?
When we sell out of the other ones. So I think we're getting close on finally selling through. But yeah, eventually it will come. Same with the red pad. Same with the the gold pad, I believe, is already in the V2 stage.
Because we never talk about polishing with 3-inch polishers, Ivan. You're always about the 6-inch life.
Yeah, personally, I never use them. So,
SoCal Badger says, how to safely remove bird droppings and with what cloth or sponge and which spray? That's a nuanced question.
So if the vehicle is clean, DIY detail wireless wash or rinseless wash diluted 256-1 in a sprayer, put it on there, give it a bit of time to emulsify. Then a nice hot, this is one of the only instances where I like a fluffy or a high nap towel for this.
That's it.
Wipe it up, gently wipe it off, and then buff it to a nice shine.
What if it's dirty and you're detailing the car?
Then you might as well wash the whole car.
Yeah, because I'll usually wash the car even if it's rinseless with Legacy sponge, and if they don't move the bird droppings, then I'll use a rinseless wash dampened PSD towel, like our clay towel, and just lightly go over the bird droppings. And usually it shaves them off. I flip the side, redunk. Because sometimes the PSD towel will get chunks of bird droppings in it. I'll definitely put it back into the bucket and just rinse it off real quick with my hands and dip it, and then you're good to go again. X6M Go says, what is this I see about a decon towel? Sorry, I'm late. Ivan?
What? Well, here we go. So we have...
I lost you again. We got to fire this producer. That's me. All right, there you go.
We always tell you to fold the towel in 4. And some people were not folding the towel in 4. So now we're giving them a reason to fold it in 4. Because now there's sections that have no of the synthetic decontamination surface on them. But it's so easy to fold. It wants to fold itself. And you'll always get a nice fold. You'll always get a nice even fold out of it. And the thickness that we want when we're using it as a decontamination towel, so we're not getting pressure points. This is coming in July. It doesn't mean you need to throw your existing towel. It doesn't mean you have to wait and buy one of these. No, it's just a incremental improvement. We'll put it that way. And we've worked on the synthetic surface a little bit as well. It's slightly improved too.
Tybo, okay, we'll get back to that. Jeff B says, any advantage to putting show-winning wax on top of 8.3 stack?
Yes, and I think Nick will be doing it to his Jeep soon. But anyways, the advantage is water spot resistance. That is one of the reasons we developed the show-winning wax is water spot resistance. The other advantage of it is just the look. So depending on the color of your car, you're going to see a deeper shine, a bit of glow out of it.
Can you wax plastics, Ivan? Can you wax
Yes.
the tonneau cover? Can you wax headlights? I mean,
Yep.
What is the wax really? I mean, you can do it all?
Yeah, so our show-winning wax, as long as your plastic is not oxidized, you can use the show-winning wax on nice, healthy plastics without a problem.
Excellent, as Ivan LaCroix would say. Flash sales over, but 25% off our 3, 5, and 8-year coatings goes all weekend long. Of course, while supplies last.
Yep.
Are we talking about our coatings, Ivan? Did we talk?
Well,
about
we can talk about them. Yeah. So our coatings.
Is it a box thing or is it just a new?
Well, it's more than a box. So we have a new box coming. You've seen this on some videos already, but we have a new box coming, and inside the box, the same applicator you're used to, but the coating itself is new and improved. So we're getting rid of the PFASs, the forever chemicals. They're disappearing forever from our coating. So the forever chemicals are forever gone from our coatings. That is coming soon. It will be a running change. So as we sell out of the existing inventory, this will be coming soon. We don't have the coating in stock. We don't have the boxes in stock yet, but they're not far away. So again, probably an early July release on those.
So we've been hearing about these for a while. Just know that they're very close to full send.
Right. I have it on my son's vehicle. I have it on my daughter's vehicle. The new coatings, and what other vehicle did we do? Anyways, I did another vehicle that is close to the family that I've been able to follow, and very performance is excellent so far. So.
All right. Next question from Kay. PFAs are not in your interior coating, right?
Correct. We eliminated them from the interior coating about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, from the interior ceramic. So
yeah.
So great news there. Moving on to the next question in the queue. We appreciate all these. Mike W., does Ivan offer in-person training?
Yes, I do actually. Very easy. Reach out to me. Get together a group of 5 to 10 people, and we'll make it happen. or if you want to come to Quebec for a one-on-one, we can make that.
I want to come to Quebec for a one-on-one, Ivan. Never been to Canada.
There you
I
go.
want the LaCroix experience in your native French-speaking Granby, Quebec. All right. Ortega's detail. How long do quick beads and ceramic gloss protect for? Which one should I get for a good protection for my clients?
So they both will last about the same amount of time, which is 3 to 6 months. Some people get much longer out of it. Some people get less. It all comes down to how the vehicle is stored, washed, driven, etc. If you drive 5,000 miles a year, it's going to last you a year. If you drive 5,000 miles a month, it might last you a month or two. So it's very variable, but so is any product like that. If your customer is talking to you about durability, talk to them about a coating.
Absolutely. The ceramic coating, nothing beats it. But quick beads and ceramic gloss are fantastic.
Yeah.
For what they
and the
do.
durability is about the same for both.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ortega. Herban says, does ceramic actually provide UV protection, or is it negligible compared to a wax?
So we always tout UV protection. That is because that's what the consumer understands. What we're actually doing with a ceramic coating is blocking oxidation. And that oxidation, people think oxidation is caused by UV. That is one of the components. But to get oxidation, you need two things. You need oxygen and you need UV. The coating is actually blocking the oxygen. And so it's blocking oxidation, but people think it's UV. Yes, it does block a bit of UV, but it's mostly blocking oxygen. Now, a coating is much, much, much better than a wax at protecting against oxidation.
There you have it. Okay. Thank you, Herban. Appreciate that. 3:46 p.m. Mountain, 4:46 Central, 5:46 Eastern Time, and we are celebrating our third birthday. We have 25% off coatings all weekend long, 15% off all clean, because it's an amazing product. And we got DIYdetailing.eu offering 15% off store-wide. So we have lots of comments in there about how to access those codes.
Yeah.
TOC in Canada, 15% off DIY Detail through Sunday midnight, and Carzilla also offering a discount for DIY Detail.
And JF Detailing Supplies in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, yeah, it's hard to keep.
Yeah, JF was our first. So Jorge was our first person to take a gamble on DIY Detail and say, yes, I'm going to be your distributor. And he's been with us ever since, and we love to, thank you very much.
And we hope that's worked out for him. I remember the trust that he showed us, and I was really grateful for it early on. Yeah. John Wizensands, I don't know if he's commented, but I want to give a shout out to John. He was our first paying customer. And we called him up, and he was a big follower of Hawk Pro. And so he spent his hard-earned money on us when no one really believed in us. So just a big shout-out to John. I don't know if you're in the chat still or if you were earlier. But we text occasionally and just so grateful, man. I'll never forget what it was like when someone actually spent their hard-earned money on our product. So, all right, what's the next question, Sam? Sebastian says, can app be used with a polisher to get that encrusted dirt stuck on the bottom of my coated car?
Yeah, you can. So red pad, short throw polisher, and you're good to go.
Just like that?
Yep.
Just like that. All right, Pump 103 says, how would you polish really soft paint, i.e. Tesla paint? And it's his first time polishing.
So Tesla paint is not much softer than any other paint. Don't worry about the soft paint, hard paint thing. Just start polishing. Use our red jeweling pad and a little random orbital sander if you don't have a polisher yet. That will give you a minimal investment. It'll give you a great finish, and you'll be able to get a feel for it. If not, if you already have a polisher, then again, the red pad is the safest. It's the easiest to work with, and then work up to the gold or the wool pad, depending on what you're wanting to do. But don't overthink polishing. It's a lot easier than you think it is.
It really is, and it's super rewarding when even though you haven't removed all the scratches, you're getting a really glossy finish, and you're like, I did that. Like, Ivan was telling the truth. It's that easy. So the rabbit hole is deep, and it's dark, and it's long, but you can get such great results with very basic steps, and that's what we teach. Cat Lover 3 says, what are some good ways to get clients for detailing?
Great SEO. Answer your phone when it rings. And if it does go to voicemail, make sure you have a really professional voicemail and you call the customer back as soon as possible. Those are the best ways.
All right. And then good old-fashioned word of mouth never hurts, and that's kind of up to you to create that magic. Jim Moparshian says, is there a C6 Diamond Light?
No. Not yet.
Oh, not yet. I don't know. Daniel De La Cruz says, could you explain the benefits of the 5-year coating and the 3-year graphene coating?
So 5-year, its primary purpose is gloss. The 3-year is the additional protection that you get from the graphene is for water spot resistance.
I can't believe we have so many people still. We're going to answer the questions. I
Yep.
think we're going to keep going. Cat Lover 3, under 16 years old, asking about good ways to start a detailing business.
Yeah. So we've already answered. Oh, to start a detailing business.
Start a detailing business.
Yeah.
So it looks like Cat Lover 3 has all the questions.
Right.
Which
so,
can be a little, it's a lot to try to answer
Yeah.
and try to start. I mean, it's all of it.
So I would suggest going on the DIY Detail Facebook group and asking there, because you'll get a lot of great responses. The link is in the chat, and maybe we can put it in again. But you'll get a lot longer replies than what we can do here. But basically, our business in a box and the video about the business in a box might give you a few tips.
Absolutely, on our YouTube channel, which I believe you're on right now. Next question here on our celebration live stream. David Phillips, RE Pump 103's question regarding Tesla paint. Would the red pad be okay if I only have the 25 millimeter dual action?
Definitely.
All right. I'm going to find that Facebook page while we look for that next question coming up here. Mike Kaufman says, any future C6 products? We already mentioned that, but we can answer it again.
Talked about, but yes, there are future C6 products.
All right. And I will put the DIY Detail Facebook group here in the comments section. If folks want to join, please do. Tom says, what product do you recommend for protection of all weather floor mats?
So if they're new, interior ceramic, if they're used and they're starting to look a little bad, clean them. And then our tire dressing. And yes, our tire dressing, no, it's not going to be slippery. No, you're not going to slide into your car or out of your car. It's not going to transfer onto the pedals. Don't worry about it. 15 minutes after it's on, it's just a nice surface.
I overdid it. I totally sprayed on and let it sit and dwell. One thing I noticed from that is it was a little slick under my foot, and I just took a microfiber towel and I just did a quick rub, and it was nice and matte. And it was just I overdo things, right? Over-applicate, obviously. So it's just a quick towel wipe at the end, and you're good to go. You're good to go. Common sense always, folks. Thank you, Tom. Jorge says, if you apply the interior ceramic coating, how long until you recommend reapplying? And if subsequent details, would you use interior clean and protect? Jorge is the ultimate enthusiast. I mean, he's always interested.
At least a year before reapplying. And yes, interior clean and protect is a great way of maintaining.
Not ultimate enthusiast, but just enthusiastic, ultimately, incredibly enthusiastic about detailing. We got into a big, on all the live streams and everything. I appreciate you, Jorge, just seeing your enthusiasm for detailing. It's great. M. Cuffle says, just bought a new large SUV. It appears the dealer put on some form of protection on it after wash, decon, and panel prep. Is there a way to be sure the ceramic coating will bond?
Polishing. So gold standard polish, gold pad, or yellow waffle pad, and give it a quick polish. You'll thank yourself.
Yeah, it's easy. Just polish it. And you have that peace of mind and a deeper clean and a nice gloss. Daniel De La Cruz says, y'all mentioned new interior towel coming up. When might that happen, and what changes will it have?
It's a little higher GSM, a little better quality than what we had before. New manufacturer. Thank you to the House of Rags. They're collaborating, or they're helping us. Our towels are now powered by the House of Rags, if we can put it that way. And
you might have missed this, but it says it right here on the new drying blanket, which we just sold out of.
Yeah.
Powered by the House of Rags.
Yeah.
And that's my closet. So, well, see you later.
All House of... There we go.
That is my closet again.
Like all House of Rags towels, they're a 70-30 blend made in Korea. South Korea, that is. But yeah, so definitely it's just it'll be a better user experience.
The bags are so cool.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I love these new bags. I'm the only one in the world who has one, I think. So
right now, yes.
Shout out to me. Sound and Gloss says, is it possible to use iron remover or water spot remover too often, say once a month?
No. Just it's your especially with the iron remover, it's your budget that will suffer. Because iron removers are not an inexpensive product. But yes, you can use it every wash if you wanted to, but there's really no need.
And Mr. Pinger says, do I need to buy distilled, or is 44 parts per million water close enough?
Depending on what it's for. If you want to pre-mix and have it a sprayer, some rinseless wash, definitely you want to use distilled. But if it's, you're using it today, 44 is nothing. In our studio, we have over 500 ppm, and it's never stopped us from putting out a nice detailed car.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't see water spots from our usage of the products ever. So
No.
a weekend sale at DIYdetail.com, 15% off all cleans, that's gallons or 16-ounce bottles, and then 25% off, that's the crazy discount of all of our coatings. So 3, 5,
Yep.
8-year coatings. Anyway, all of the DIY detail coatings anyway. So 25% off, very steep discount. Go get yourself some coatings. Get yourself some all clean. Have fun.
Yeah.
Did we forget detailing's about fun, Ivan? Because I
No.
didn't forget. I just don't want to
detailing
ever
is
forget.
definitely fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Jensen Tong says, I only have an 8mm random orbital. Is there a high risk of micromarring if I use the rotary jeweling pad? How can I mitigate the risk?
No risk. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Just start polishing and have fun.
And have fun. Burley says, will I need 2 bottles of 5-year coating? Will I need 2 bottles of 5-year coating to do an SUV and a half-ton truck?
One bottle will be on the limit. So if you have 2 vehicles to do, don't do the wheels, don't do the glass, leave those till last, and do the 2 vehicles. You should have enough for the paint on both of them. And then if you have leftover, then you do the glass, the wheels, etc.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I mean, quick beads on wheels, that's pretty good. Like, I realize if you're washing your car enough, you don't really need ceramic coating on the wheel. I mean, it's nice, but I realize if you're actually protecting them after every wash, the wheels clean up real nice, Ivan.
Yeah.
Just with ceramic gloss or quick beads. I've noticed that.
Now, we've had people on here for 2 hours, Nick, or close to 2 hours. I think we should, start thinking about shutting it down. If we haven't answered your question, you can go into the comments section and put it there, and we answer every question on our YouTube channel. That is what we do. We do that out of respect for the viewers, because if you're taking the time to watch our videos and write a comment, it's the least we can do to answer. And again, our Facebook group is an invaluable resource for detailing questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and there's no such thing as a repetitive question. We answer, or the group answers every question.
You want to cut it off with almost 400 people watching, Ivan?
No, I'm just saying we're getting close. So
we're getting close. Can we run a few more questions? I said we're here to serve.
Exactly.
If someone asked a question in the chat, can we try to get to a few more, Sam? Okay, Jeff B says A3 stack. I'm just devil's advocate, Ivan. Jeff B, A3 stack versus show-winning wax on Hydro Light.
If you have Hydro Light, you don't need to do the A3 stack on top of it. So,
I think he's asking.
You can use show winning on either one of them.
But you've said the A3 gives that wax look.
Yeah.
So that's, I think maybe he's comparing.
Okay, yeah. So show winning wax on
look.
Yeah. A3 gives a wax look. It's not exactly the wax look. It's as close as a coating can get to looking like a wax, but it still doesn't look as, you will see a difference.
Okay. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff B. Thanks for the wisdom, Ivan. Exodus FX says, what's the shelf life of unopened metal ceramic coating?
1 year.
And that's all of our coatings? 1 year shelf life? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Patrick Adams, when diluting all clean, should I measure using the provided cap, or should I get a proper measuring cup?
Get a proper measuring cup and get an empty gallon get a gallon of distilled water. Take 8 ounces of water out of it, add 8 ounces of all clean back in, and add just a cap full of Incredible Suds, and you'll have it ready to use.
And just leave it in the distilled water?
Yeah.
And then just distribute it as needed?
Yeah, exactly.
Versus having to put it in your IK first and then have it sit there.
Right.
Oh, Ivan with the wisdom. All right, Pitchwit says, how should I address customer concerns about health concerns of off-gassing products?
If they're driving a new car, that new car is off-gassing way more than anything we're putting on it. Basically, once the products are cured, which is under an hour for any product, there's no more off-gassing. It's inert at that point.
Got it. Thank you, Pitchwit. That makes a lot of sense.
That new car smell is off-gassing. And
people love the new car smell.
I don't, but anyways.
Sam, how are we doing on questions? Have we pretty much caught up here? It looks like we pretty much have. I'm seeing you nod in the background chat. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is about time to end the stream after 2 hours. How about Exodus? Let's get this one up there. Oh, we got a 15% off sale at All Clean, 25% off 3, 5, and 8 year coatings. But I wanted to bring up Exodus. Wait a minute. Sorry. I have a family member with failing clear coat. Is it ridiculous to ceramic coat, or should we just wax?
at that point, just wax. The ceramic coating is not going to stop it from failing.
Happy birthday, Ivan. Happy birthday, everyone. Thank you, Matt58. You guys are the best people. Thank you, Matt, and everyone for this live stream. What a ridiculous live stream. I mean, flash sales, new product announcements, good times.
Yep. We'll just go over the new product announcements. And John is back in the chat. If you are interested in becoming a C6 installer, please reach out to John. It's a very easy thing to do, and you'll be happy you did. Trust me. Now, new products coming July-ish, maybe August, but we have the perfectly safe brush. Yes, a brush. So we've been asked about a sponge on a stick for a long time. I went down that rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole ended with the perfectly safe brush. So I climbed out of the rabbit hole, and this is what we have. We have a nice, very thick flag tip nylon brush, very dense bristles, and extremely soft and pliable. Plus, as an added bonus, we went the extra mile to develop a nice extendable handle that folds down or collapses down. It's only 18 inches long, so easy to store. The brush is 8 inches wide, fits in your wash bucket with ease. And no, it's not a repurposed truck brush. That's not what it is. Trust me, there's a lot of R&D in this brush, and it is a perfectly safe wash brush. The other thing that we have,
it's a lot of fun, Ivan. We've played around with it,
yeah.
Noma, the prototype, and it is a lot of fun.
And those of us that are a little older and maybe have problems bending down for those rocker panels, or you've got that big SUV, those rocker panels are no longer a problem, and neither is that roof. Now, the other new product we have coming July-ish again will be...
What about the connector? Someone's asking, is it a proprietary connector?
No, it is a standard everyday broom handle connection. So you don't have to buy our handle. If you have a broom handle at home, you've got everything you need. If you have a paint roller, which is the same thing, as a broom handle connection, it just screws right in there. So you don't need to buy the handle. Now, the handle is nice to have, of course, but it's not a necessity. And it just screws in there nicely, nice and tight, and there you go. This brush, just so you know, when you get it wet, it stays wet for a very, very long time. It's extremely, thirsty. So it holds onto that liquid and keeps it. Now, we have another product coming July-ish as well. And this is a product you've seen us use many, many, many times before, the perforated synthetic decontamination towel. And you see us fold it like this all the time. We fold it in 4. Well, what we've done is we've now made it easier for you to fold. So it's now, we'll be calling it the Quadfold, because we want you to fold it in 4. We've made it easy for you to fold in 4. So you have that nice thickness, so you're not getting those fingerprints or contact or pressure points.
Pressure points, yeah.
Yeah, on the paint, and it just makes it easier to fold. We've once again improved the synthetic surface. This is actually V3. The V2, we never, we didn't really talk about it much, but V2 we went from having to, break it in on glass. The V2 we didn't have to break it in on glass. This is actually V3 for us. So this is a continually evolving product and will continue to evolve. But great product, lots of fun, and it just makes it easier. We're trying to make it more fun and a lot easier for you, and that's what we're doing. The cost on the brush, we're looking at around $30, Matt. Hopefully it'll be under that, but these are coming from Taiwan. They're not coming from China, but they're coming from Taiwan. All our brushes, by the way, are made in Taiwan. It's the same factory that makes our wheel and body brush. So the quality is there, the consistency is there, every flag tip is the same length because they're very, very, they're detail oriented for some reason. Wonder why. They make detailing brushes, but they make some of the best brushes in the world. The handle, it's coming from China, so the cost we're not 100% sure until everything is landed, and then we'll fix the cost from there. But it should be under $60 or $70 for the pair. And hopefully less.
And again, if Ivan had his way, we would just sell you the brush and you'd use a broom handle. But we had a deep discussion as a team. It's like, we have to develop a plug and play solution, because there's going to be people like me out there who are like, just here's my credit card. I want the thing that is all set up. I don't want to have to do any thinking, right? Just send me the thing. And so we settled on, not settled. I mean, how many iterations did the handle go through?
This is number 6 of my prototypes.
Yeah.
So what we've got is an aluminum tube, and you'll notice it has this rib down it. What that rib does is prevents it from twisting. And then we have these nice cam locks that lock in solidly. You can't collapse it with the cam locks open, but with the cam locks or closed, I mean, once they're closed, nice and solid. Once they're open, very easy to put up and down. And goes from 17 or 17 and a half inches to 48 inches.
I want one for the top of my Jeep.
Yep, you'll need one.
Because that hard top is like, I don't really care. I mean, I know it's safe, but like, I just can't reach the dang thing. I don't care. I don't even watch it half the time. But we don't talk about that on the internet. No. All right. Weekend sale, 15% off all clean, 25% off 3, 5, and 8-year coatings. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
DIYdetailing.eu. There's codes. I'm sure he'll put it in the comments below, and we'll pin. Actually, Nick, why don't we make a pinned comment with all the sales and pin it to the comment section there, so it'll be at the top. We'll do that once we're done.
Once we're done. Yep, we'll do that.
Yeah, once we're done, we'll do that. And so DIYdetailing.eu has a sale going on. TOC Supplies and Carzilla in Canada have a sale going on, and Jorge or JF Detailing Supplies in Puerto Rico also has a sale going on, 15% off. We'd like to thank all of these people for everything they've done. We'd like to thank all of you for everything you've done. We wouldn't be here without you. It's great that we make products and we make videos and all that fun stuff, but there's nothing, everything we do without people watching us and without people buying our products, we're nothing. So we'd like to thank every single one of you.
Seriously.
Yeah. And if we didn't get to your questions, please go to the comment section, put it in the comment section. We will answer your questions. It's our pleasure to do so. Same thing. You can go to our Facebook group, ask your questions there, and don't worry, you won't be bullied for asking a quote unquote stupid question. That doesn't happen. And if it does, the person that bullies you is gone. And Nick is showing the new bags. Yeah, that are sold out, but they're coming soon, probably another 3 weeks, for the DIY Detail drying blanket, new, powered by the House of Rags. So we've improved the drying blanket. Like everything we do, everything is always under revision. Everything is always trying to get better, and that is one of the tenets of our company, is to everything can be better, and we're going to try to make it better.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for 3 amazing years, and we're just getting started, Ivan LaCroix. Yeah.
So with that, again, thanks everyone. I know some of you have been here for actually over 2 hours, but like half an hour before we started the live stream, there were people already chatting. So some of you have been around for like 2.5, almost 3 hours now. We've taken up a lot of your time, too much of your time, but we really appreciate everyone that's stayed here from beginning to end. And if you've just popped in and popped out, great. And if you're watching this after the live, unfortunately, you missed the flash sales, but we still have sales going on all weekend long. And so do some of our distributors. That will be in a pinned comment in the comments below. Give us a few minutes to get it up, and we'll take it from there.
Adios, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy birthday, DIY. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
And happy birthday to Sylvie, by the way.
Hey, happy birthday, Sylvie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So today's Sylvie's birthday as well. So very good. So thanks, everyone. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.